Check 1 2 1 2 1 2.
This is my passion. This is what I love to do.
Check 1 2 1 2. Y'all hear me out there? Press a button. I don't know if we had those same difficulties from earlier. You back in the lab with your man Marq Nash. All right, man. This should be a good one. You see the title. You see the thumbnail. Let's just jump right into it.
This is my passion. This is what I love to do. But some days, sometimes, I'm just like you, man. I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job. From a good dream I wake, sun rays on my face, planning out my day, hoping this ain't the one that I catch a case. I feel so good, I feel so straight. My manager keep calling me saying, hurry up, you late. Hurry up, you lay off. Y'all, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Been trying to play it cool, but it's hard to play it off. I've been hanging on to this bullshit, cause my car still ain't paid off. I know I'm on my way up. My boy just got laid off, so y'all, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. These hoes here so ratchet. These niggas here so sneaky. Y'all don't even really pay enough for y'all to only pay bi-weekly. I'm trying to double up my cash. Take this job, shove it up your area. Yo, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. We're the reason why your stockholders always stay afloat. Yet I'm asking, are they hiring? Like everywhere I go, schedule will say 9, but I think it's fine if I clock in at 9:04. I work 40 hours a week plus overtime just to be bro. So y'all, man, I hate this job. Hate that I applied. So much has transpired since the day that I was high. Told me I could advance, but you were telling me lies. Gotta give your notice before I quit, but you don't say shit right before I'm fired. Damn, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. You and your procedures, you and your protocol, you and your policies, none of that shit don't apply to me. You and your quotas, you and your standards, you and your 2 sick days a year. Y'all niggas bananas. Wonder why the postman's posted with hammers, going postal with Popo on camera. His wage got him enraged, stressed out, it's hard to maintain. He flips the middle, grabs his. He said, if you don't get the picture, I quit, you ain't shit, mother. Man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Look, man, I hate this job. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you. I'm out here trying to take care of my family. Damn, I hate this job. It's not always glamorous, for real, but I do what I gotta do for me and mine, you know? Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you, nigga. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and or the host. They do not explicitly nor necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by the channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during the program. Basically, if I didn't say it, don't come for me. You come for the person who said it. And please don't sue me for somebody else's words. With that said, let's start the show, motherfucker.
This that squad side.
Yeah. What's good? What's good, neighborhood? How you feel? What's popping? What's going on? You're back in the lab with your favorite neighbor, your man Marq Nash. He is I am he. Another great episode of Breaking Beats. How y'all feel? What's the deal? Make some noise. Yeah, man. Feel good to be back, right? Feel good to be back. You see the title, you see the thumbnail. You know what we on. Appreciate everybody who's here early. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. All right. So, unless you've been under the rock in the boxing world, you already know your guy Adrian Broner definitely had an announcement. He said he ain't fighting this weekend. Yep, you heard me. He's not fighting. He pulled out of the fight the week of the fight. That has taken the boxing world by storm this today. Pulled out via Instagram. I wonder if he talked to Showtime about it. I'm looking at Showtime. Haven't seen any statement released by Showtime. We'll talk about it. And the promoter's responsibility, right? Should the promoter have any kind of responsibility as far as the fighter's mental health? I got a lot of questions. We're gonna get into it. Let me run through and do a little quick roll call real quick.
What up?
Mighty Yoel, what up?
What up?
What's poppin', my G? Deuce Times, what up?
What up?
Brandon Washington.
What up?
Born Supreme.
What up?
Karma Serene.
What up?
Lisa Bells.
What up?
That guy Eclipse 330.
What up?
Ace Retro.
What up?
Lady Shan.
What up?
Dub Right Side.
What up?
Jake Legault.
What up?
Rider of the Storm.
What up?
The Boxing Lounge.
What up?
Tank the Sweet Science Examiner.
What up?
Purdo.
What up?
D-Bevel the Champ.
What up?
Rob G Films.
What up?
Derek Lincoln. Appreciate y'all, man.
What up? What up? Gangsta.
All right, so let's jump right into it. So got a lot of questions. Appreciate everybody who's here again. Appreciate your time. Appreciate your energy. Thanks for pulling up. Shout out to Sequoia Cotton in the building. What up, Sequoia Cotton?
What up?
She said, that's my ace. I wish him the best. Absolutely.
What up?
Golden said, Barnett's little bro. What's good, my G? How you feel?
What up?
What's popping with you? Juice Lee, what up?
What up?
Appreciate you. Jalen, what up?
What up?
I know boxing in the building.
What up?
Trucking with real rap. What up, though?
What up?
Velocity Cuts in the building.
What up?
He said, shut that soft shit up. AV.
What up?
Matt Wade, what up, fam?
What up?
A little something on the side right there. That's my guy, Matt Wade.
What up?
Mike Anderson, what's popping, homie?
What up?
All right, look, let's get right into it, man. So y'all see the title, y'all see the thumbnail. We're gonna be doing a little mental health talk tonight in relation to, as it applies, I guess, to Adrian Broner, but also in sports world in general. Also, we're gonna talk about the shooting. They had a shooting at a little league football game, like shooting at a little league football game.
It never heard of it.
All right, we'll talk about that. Also, we'll talk about, do people feel like is when is it mental health and when is it just, hey man, you're making bad decisions? Is there a line? Is there, where do we draw the line between the two? Some people think mental health is not real based off the conversation we had earlier. They said, hey, man, those are choices these people are making. People are making poor choices and then blaming it on mental health. They said mental health is an excuse. Yeah, so I took a survey earlier today, right before the show started. Took a survey after we ended the daytime show. We did a pop-up daytime show. Check the playback on that. Got a question. I put a survey out there. Over 288 votes so far on the survey. Now I know that's not a lot in the aspect of the world, not even the aspect of YouTube. But how about this? 100 votes is good enough for the Family Feud, dog, on it. So 288. You know how they say we asked 100 people. Okay, well, we asked 288 people. Let me put it on the screen so y'all know what I mean when I say these things. Salo Don, what up?
What up?
All right, let me take the screenshot. Boom, boom, boom. I want to know what y'all think when y'all see these numbers. So these numbers are definitely not a reflection of the response we was getting earlier. Because people were not feeling this shit. Nah, they won't feel it. What's up, Jerry? How you feel, man? I'm good. Talk to me.
Broner. Yeah, I believe Broner is possibly having mental problems. You know, people being hard on my man AB, man. You know, hold on, let me turn you down. A lot of people don't even realize what it is to survive having millions of dollars, being young and having that type of money. Now, it's hard to feel sorry for him. Let's face it, when a lot of us is out here working real hard every day of the year and making, you know, nothing even close to the money that he's made. But my point is, you know, money like that, especially if you don't come from any kind of money close to that, it's tough to just survive having that type of money, especially if you're young. You feel me? And you know, for all we know, he might have a drinking problem. I know, you know, he's been drinking and stuff. You know, he's in a bad place, man. So I feel a little bad for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm listening.
I feel a little bad for him. You know, simply because, you know, it's hell when you fall from grace. Boxing is a sport, and we all know that you gotta have discipline to be in boxing, and Broner knows that. And you know, it could be too. It could very well be that he just grossly overweight. You know, it could be that, and he's using the mental health thing because that seems to be kind of trending, you know, right now in the sport of boxing. But it could very well be that fall from grace. And he might have fucked up a whole lot of money. I mean, really screwed it up. You know what I mean? Like a lot of guys that get good money, like what he's gotten, you know, they might screw a lot of it up, but they still got some liquid assets. Like they got some homes, or you know, they got some stuff of value. But for all we know, he could be broke, like almost for real broke. You know, like. You know, he could have screwed all of that money up. For an opportunity, I'm just in your show right here right now, but the truth is, you know, he did get a lot of opportunity, more so than a lot of fighters get, you know. But I still wish him the best, you know. Broner, I never thought he was as good as what he was pumped up to be anyway, because even when he was at the lower weight, if you looked at them fights, he was a lot bigger than those guys, and he was overmatched in those fights. And he was good, you know. I mean, you can see he was a good fighter, but I never bought into all the hype anyhow regarding him. But let me also talk real quick about Anthony Joshua and Usyk. That's going to be an interesting fight. It's this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting fight. I mean, I didn't see the first fight as really a domination by Usyk. I thought Usyk won, yeah. But I didn't really think that he dominated the fight. And I'm not really a big fan of Anthony Joshua's, but I got to give him credit because for, like, when he fought Andy Ruiz, he really got his butt whipped by Andy Ruiz. And he came back and made some adjustments, and he got the victory, and he fought him in his very next fight, which takes a lot of guts to fight someone who whooped you like that and get right back in there with him, after they just whooped you like he got whooped there. Because the fact is, Ruiz whooped him way worse than Usyk did. Usyk beat him, but I keep hearing that Usyk is bulked up, and that makes me wonder. I think his best advantage in that fight was his hand speed, and if bulking up sacrifices his hand speed, I just don't see that as a good thing. So I think it's going to be an interesting matchup, because also, if you think about it, well, I don't know, maybe not in Britain, because they seem to stand behind their fighters. The more they lose, they seem to get behind them. The more they lose, because you would think that if AJ loses this fight, well, you would think that would take him out of the realm of super status that he's pretty much operated in his whole career.
Right.
I mean,
Right. Well, I don't want to go too far on that fight right now, because we just started the show and we haven't even really got into all the topics that I had on the topic docket for tonight, Jerry. But I appreciate it. We're definitely going to be talking about that fight as we get closer to this weekend. They have a
all right.
No, you good. So you do believe Broner's claims, or you don't?
I mean, I'm saying it is believable. You know what I mean? It's not like it's unbelievable. I don't know for sure.
No, we don't. Nobody knows. That's why I'm just asking. What do you believe?
Well, I mean, it's very hard to say for sure. The best I can say is I can believe it. Right. Like we've seen recently with Danny Garcia. These fighters, I mean, I don't know. In one perspective, like I say, when you're a working man like myself, and to make far less than what they get, and they don't work really year round. And I'm out here at 53 years old. I'm still working like I'm 19 to pay the bills. You know what I mean? And so when you see these guys, it looks like it's a lot of charm there. It's a charmed existence.
Okay, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
But mental health isn't about money, though, is it? It's not about how much money you make to say whether or not you have mental health. I mean, Robin Williams killed himself. He had a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true. But that kind of
Junior Seau killed himself. Had a lot of money.
But that kind of solidifies what I'm saying. Just surviving having a lot of money. Like if you think about it, when I was 22, I didn't have a lot of money, but I got a settlement from an accident. I had some short money. It felt like a lot of money to me. And for a year or two, it was everything all the time, anything I wanted, fast lifestyle, fast cars, fast women, drugs, booze, and alcohol, and partying, and pretty much as much as I wanted is whenever I wanted it. And, like I say, that's not something necessarily to feel sorry for somebody. But plus, man, money just, it's easy to think, man, money will solve all my problems, but maybe not. And maybe it comes and brings a lot of problems and pressures, especially if you got people that depending on you too.
Okay.
Like that can add more pressure, but it could very well be, like I say, that he's just grossly overweight and he's using this as an excuse. Like if he was going to be a little bit over, like maybe, where was they going to fight? 47 or 40?
I'm not sure, but go ahead.
Well, what I'm thinking is if he's just a little overweight, maybe they would, penalize him a little bit financially and the fight still go on. But if he's more than a weight division off weight, then, probably not. I just wonder, it must be something pretty serious, because
but here's the thing. If something is wrong with you as far as your mental health, it goes hand in hand. You're not going to be in shape. You're not going to be ready to go. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you need, it's mind, body, then is mind, then the body. The mind has to, change the thinking for the behaviors to change, right? But nonetheless, we got to fight this weekend anyway. They have replaced Adrian Broner with Sergey Lipinets, as you can see. I'll put that on the screen. I'll put that on the screen. So
Okay.
he has been replaced. I'm looking at Showtime post about this. They didn't. It basically says former champ, the Union Samurai Lipinets steps into battle at Omar Figueroa in a WBCO 140. Okay, it was 140-pound title eliminator this Saturday after Adrian Broner announced his withdrawal from the fight. Hashtag Figueroa Lipinets boxing. They just slid somebody else in it. They didn't say anything about our thoughts and prayers with Adrian Broner. Good luck, champ. Get better. They were like, man, fuck that. Look, Figueroa Lipinets. That's what we got going on. Fuck that nigga. They just
I didn't think Broner was going to win the fight anyway, to be honest with you. I mean,
but that's a whole nother conversation, whether he win or not lost. He ain't even going to the arena, homie.
Yeah. I mean, even if he would have made the weight, when I seen they made this fight, I was like, damn, they're not doing Adrian Broner no favors, man, because that Figueroa is a guy, a high output guy. That's the last kind of guy Broner's looked good against recently. Not that he's looked good recently, but to me, you know, if I was managing him for a comeback, sort of a comeback fight, what this would be for him, I don't think I would have put him in that tough, man. I would have put him in against someone he could look good and then see what you can do from there. Unless you got a money fight.
It's a title eliminator.
Yeah,
it's
really.
The biggest fight for him. That's winnable. It's probably the biggest winnable.
I realize that, but they can always get him a route to the title like they did in the past. You know, matchmaking is key for fighters, and at this point in his career, I just thought, man, that's a tough fight to come back on, to fight a high volume guy and a tough dude like Figueroa. I think Figueroa is still undefeated, if I'm not mistaken.
He ain't undefeated.
Oh no,
Omar Figueroa ain't
well,
undefeated.
Yeah,
his brother
but
ain't
you know,
undefeated neither.
Who? I know his brother. I know his brother recently got a loss, but I thought he won that fight. But I didn't think Broner was going to win this fight anyway. I don't like him against.
Omar lost his last two fights, man.
He lost his last two.
Yo, Ugas and then Abel Ramos.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Abel Ramos stopped him in 6. But
yeah.
Yeah, but look, let me go into some of these questions. Call back in though. You're more than welcome to call back in.
All right, brother. Thanks for taking my call.
Anytime. Shout out to guy Jerry. Shout out my guy Jerry. All right. Excuse me. So we got a couple questions, right? Do you believe Adrian Broner? Got to ask with that. Got to start with that. Do you believe him? Are we putting a case on AB? Are we putting a case on AB? We'll talk about it. What is mental health though? According to Google, there are 4 different types of mental illness. You have mood disorders such as depression and bipolar. You have anxiety disorders. You have personality disorders, and you actually have psychotic disorders such as, schizophrenia. What causes them? Different things cause them, but there are. It could be child abuse. It could be trauma. It could be neglect, social isolation, loneliness, experiencing discriminations, and just different things like that can cause you to have mental health issues. Some of the most common often include abuse, right? But when you're talking about a fighter though, like Queen P said in the chat, he's getting hit in the head as well, right? Now, I saw Jerry say this, and I've heard other people say this throughout the day as we've been talking about this topic. California, what up? I've heard people say this often, and I think Jerry said it too. Well, I know Jerry said it too. Money. People bring up the money. Money. A lot of people are bringing up the money. As in, like, having money should make you not depressed. I hear people say, well, I remember Errol Spence brought it up today, and he said, man, some people out here don't even know how they're going to pay their rent and mortgage, and you out here, got foreigns and diamond chains. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Errol later dialed that back a little bit, right? As he should. Because mental health has nothing to do with how much money you make, right? Can we all agree to that? as I stated to Jerry, you got guys like Robin Williams, who's a millionaire, killed himself. Junior Seau, millionaire, killed himself. Sometimes people can seem like they have it all from the outside looking in, but they are lacking something. Something is missing there, and they are taking their life. It happens, guys. It happens. Let me say this. We got a survey in the chat. Do you believe Adrian Broner's claims? No. 58% are saying no. I don't believe him. I'd love to hear from you. Call in. 470-705-9507. 470-705-9507. You can voice your opinion. What I'll say is this. I brought this up earlier. Do we want to see people break down like McCall did right here? Guys have a total breakdown in the middle of the ring, in the middle of a fight. We don't want to see that, right? Nobody wants to see that, right? Somebody who paid for the fight, nobody who bought a pay-per-view, watching on Showtime. You don't want to see a guy just break down in tears, crying, saying, I don't want to fight no more. I don't want to fight no more. We don't want to see that. But unfortunately, it is a harsh reality that happens with mental health. You never know. There are different signs of mental health, right? Changes in your feelings or your demeanor, loss of interest. That's what I was saying. People say, oh, he wasn't ready for the fight. He was overweight. If he's having a mental health crisis, he is going to have he's going to have low energy, probably not sleeping good, difficulty with his appetite, either holding food down, or sometimes you'll binge eat. Sometimes you won't eat enough food, uncontrollable emotions, loss of interest. Just don't feel like doing anything anymore. Those things happen when you're experiencing a mental health crisis, right? Can we all agree to that? Church say amen? No? Yes, no? Let me know. But they saying he was out of shape. He was out of shape. I see you, Cali Fire. Call in, Cali Fire. You my guy. It's all love. But if he was out of shape and he's having a mental health crisis, those things go together. It's just so easy to say he pulled out because he was out of weight. Maybe he pulled out because he was out of weight and he was having a mental health. I'm just trying to be fair. But which leads me to a couple of questions I got a couple questions on the docket. Of course, I asked you the first question. Do you believe Adrian Broner's claims? When you call in, I'm going to ask you some of these questions, or you join the panel, I'll probably ask you some of these questions. Should there be investigations when fighters pull out for mental health? I ask this because Adrian Broner, he pulled out the fight, they replaced it with somebody else. But if you spent your money to buy a ticket to go to this fight, you didn't go to see, you wasn't coming to see Omar Figueroa and Lipinets. You was coming to see the AB show as well. You was coming to see the problem. Some people was, because look, if the replacement was the guy that we really wanted to see, that would have been who y'all had on top billing at the beginning. But it wasn't who you had at top billing. You had Adrian Broner versus Figueroa, and then you slide Figueroa to the A side. Should there be investigations when fighters pull out for mental health? People are losing money. People took time off of work. Should they just be able to say, hey, okay, should there be some kind of committee? We don't have to know about it. We don't see all the guys' doctor's reports. Should they have to clear medical a certain way before they can come back to fight? Robin Williams was in the early stages of Parkinson's disease, is known to no respect to depression. It happened though, Con Shonery. He was a millionaire and he lost his life. I didn't say he didn't have an underlying condition, Con. Very possible, right? But that will cause you to be depressed. But Ali had Parkinson's too. He didn't kill himself. See what I'm saying? That doesn't mean Robin Williams was mentally or emotionally weak. We're going to talk about that as well. All right. Here we go. Complaints of millionaire athletes versus complaints of common folks. Are they treated differently? Should they be treated differently? That's what we was talking about earlier with, I was talking to Ricky earlier, as you guys heard, and he was like, man, I'm 53, man, and I'm in my 50s. I'm sure I got more problems going on than some of these guys. These guys have money. They're millionaires. But he also made a significant point. He said, what does it feel like to have all that money? As far as we know, he don't lost it all. We've heard him complaining about his money often, right? So we don't know. We don't know. But I'm here to have a conversation. It's all good. Another question. Are media members and fans handling Adrian Broner's mental health crisis the same as they handled Ryan Garcia, Tyson Fury, Dana Garcia, and others? Is it the same? Are people treating this a little bit differently? Let me see what this is. Mad Made X. I don't even know you, homie. Let me cover the screen up. You can cut your camera back off, but cut your camera on real quick. Let me see your face. If not, you're gonna probably have to call in. I'm not in the mood for some trolling tonight. So, yep. So it probably was a troll. See, when you tell them to cut the camera on, show their face, they usually hang up. Yeah. Call in, homie. I don't really know you like that. So we got to build some kind of rapport. If I don't know you like that, use the phone line. We do have a phone line if you want to call in. Voice your opinion, 470-705-9507, 404-705-9507. If you're new to the show, use the phone number, and we can build some kind of rapport that way. Other than that, if you're a regular, see you in the chat all the time, yeah, you can definitely click the link. But that person clicked the link, and I wasn't even seeing that person typing in the chat. Like, who is this person? Probably trying to pull a tallywhack on the screen. You know how they'll do. They'll try to put a tallywhack up here. Like, why would you do that? A tallywhack? I mean, put some titties on the screen if you're trying to get the show flat. Ali didn't have Parkinson's. What did Ali have? I can Google that real quick. What did Muhammad Ali have? Muhammad Ali, Parkinson's disease. Looking at it right here. 1984, after checking into the Columbia Presbyterian Hospital, Ali was given a devastating diagnosis, Parkinson's disease. I'm looking at it right here. What are we talking about, Conshonery? I just Googled it. That's a quick Google, Conshonery. Parkinson's syndrome. I'm looking at it right here. They say he got Parkinson's disease. Ali, Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease. I'm looking at it everywhere. Parkinson's disease. Parkinson's disease. I'm reading it right now, Conshonery. All right, well, shit. Well, you can call in, Conshonery, or you can call in, or you can join the panel. I fuck with you, Conshonery, but I'm looking at the Google right here. I'm looking at it. Just type in Muhammad Ali disease. First thing gonna pop up is Parkinson's. But it's neither here nor there. The whole point is he didn't kill himself, though, right? People with money sometimes kill themselves. Some people with money don't. I think we're going beyond the scope and beyond the pale of the point. But it's okay. I got to take my own advice. People in the chat, because they want to be there. Let me keep it moving. But it's all good, Conshonery. I'm looking at it right now. It says Parkinson's disease. All right, so where was I? All right. Scroll down. So put the banners back up. Where my banners at? So are media members and fans handling Adrian Broner's mental health crisis the same as they handled Ryan Garcia, Tyson Fury, Dana Garcia? Now, let's break it down. And Ryan Garcia, people been calling him Lying Ryan. He's been called all kind of names. Many of which I will not repeat. It's not classy. Fuck it, I'm gonna repeat some. No, I'm not. All right, take a sip of water. People don't want you to even take a water break on air. I will say this. The way this is being handled, it's funny. I see a split in the room. And I know y'all aren't gonna want me to say it, but I'ma say it. It's some racial undertones. Yep, it's a little racial undertones with it. Put a case on it. I know what y'all gonna say.
Here we go again. The damn race car. It's always the race car.
Nah, I'm not saying it's the race card, but I will say this. It seems like the Latin community embraced their guy for the most part and said, hey, got something going on. I understand it. They're forgiving. Black folks don't really give a damn about no mental health. In my opinion, for what I've been hearing and seeing, it seems like when you're black, you're told to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, toughen up. You ain't got no mental health problems. You think you got more going on than Jack Johnson? You think you got more going on than what Ali went through in his day? Like, maybe I don't have those same issues as they had going on, but yeah, I might experience some things that cause to pause, give me cause to pause. But you can't talk about it. So for some reason, mental health is one of the things that a lot of people in many communities, not just the black community, they just don't talk about. It's always, maybe we can pray it away. Whatever the problem is, we can just pray it away. But we can't always just pray everything away. I don't think so. Sometimes the thinking has to change. You need a support structure. You need somebody to say, hey, man, it's okay. Give your shoulder to lean on. But when I was listening to the brothers talk earlier today, I was hearing stuff like, yo, chemical imbalance, that shit ain't real. It's all in your mind. This, that, and the third. And when you start talking about how things all in somebody's mind, or it's hard to go into the hearts and minds of human beings. Like even this topic right here and the title, it can be triggering to something. Is it real or is it fake? Because I'm sure some people out here have had, if not theirself, a mental health crisis. They know someone who's had a mental health crisis or had a family member that had a mental health crisis. Everyone isn't the same. It's how they handle it, and every mental health crisis isn't the same. Some people might have a postpartum situation after the loss of a child. Some people have personality disorders, anxiety disorders. It's so layered. But I remember talking to Brandon Washington earlier, and he was saying, well, we should have something set up where we can, how do you say it? Well, we can check, and it's personal, bro. Everything ain't for you to know. And it's not all for us to always try to figure out, well, he lied or he didn't lie. It is what it is. We as fans, we just have to take the show, ride with this show, and if you don't rock with it, don't support the person. If you support them, support them. But I think it's fair all the way around. I think you got to be fair all the way around and at least give people a chance. Now, does Adrian Broner have a history of pulling out of fights the week of the fight? I don't recall him doing this before. The kid's back. What up, homie? What up, though? Mike Garner, what up? What's popping with y'all, man? How y'all feel? What's the deal? Welcome back. What up, though?
What up?
Bronze flat power guy. What up, family?
What up?
Mike Gardner, what up?
What up?
Kid's back.
What up?
I see you, Conshondry.
What up?
I will say this. Everybody is going to handle what they handle in a different way. Now, do you guys support Adrian Broner? Is it over for Adrian Broner? Is he going to get another chance with Showtime? That's what we should talk about as well. Is Showtime going to bet on Adrian Broner again? Because they bet on Adrian Broner and he pulled out. They bet on Adrian Broner and he lost fights. They bet on Adrian Broner and he looked less than spectacular. Whether he got a draw, got a loss, even the fights that he may won, he looked less than spectacular. He said, people say it's all in someone's mind. Yeah, that's what mental health issues is. Exactly, bro. Put a case on him. Put a case on him. Yeah. But it's like I said, Mike, though, it's so easy, Mike Gardner, for people to just say, it's like telling somebody, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. And like I said, a lot of people I heard today was talking about how much money these guys got. When in actuality, mental health, which brings me back, because Conshondry, I think that's what we all talking about, Conshondry. It ain't about the Parkinson's. It's about money doesn't necessarily define whether somebody is having a mental health crisis or not. But I was surprised to hear today how many people just don't believe mental health is a real thing. I ain't gonna lie, I was befuddled, flabbergasted. Couldn't believe it. Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I never heard of it, especially from some people, arguably, who probably got a mental health issue their damn self. You know what I'm saying? Based on how I hear them talk on these shows. But that's neither here nor there. I will say this. Constantly said the only reason I think it's important to the discussion is because he had no cognitive defects or issues that would contribute. I never read his medical report. Not that all patients with depression get suicidal. Okay, no, I never said that. Nobody said that. Nobody said that. They're all suicide. We got here because we said people with money still kill themselves. Junior Seau, Robin Williams, and we kind of start going into other diseases that they had that contributed. But people with money still kill themselves. That's what I'm saying. That was the whole point. People say if you got money, you should be all right. It's not true. It's not always true. Even when you're dealing with guys who have money, who are successful, they still see sports psychologists all the time to stay in their mode, to stay in their zen, to just stay focused, because it's so easy to get distracted, especially when you have copious amounts of money and unlimited resources. Which brings me to another topic I had. Let me see, is that another question on the docket? Where is it at? Should promoters provide resources to boxers for counseling? Should promoters provide resources? Should that be part of it? I mean, these guys are taking punches to the head. A lot of these guys don't have insurance. Should the commission get involved and say, hey, you guys y'all gotta have like this right here. So this, we take out your money we take out our cut, but also you need to have something to show us you're getting some mental health treatment. Or am I thinking too far on that? Should promoters or the commission provide resources to boxers for counseling? Do you guys think that's important? Do you guys think that let me see. Do y'all think that's important that these guys have these outlets? Or is it, you getting paid? Because I always hear people say these guys getting paid millions of dollars. All of these guys ain't getting paid millions of dollars. Some of these guys getting paid $2,500. $2,500. And I get it. Some might say, well, man, they putting their life on the line. They chose that. Yeah, but a lot of people put their life on their line for jobs they do. And they have protections in place because of the job that they do. No kind of protections in place for these guys. Kids is back. He said injuries must be prone at his age now too. What do you mean? Because of his age at 32, right? He's been boxing since he was about 4 or 5. And it's not even just the fights, guys. A lot of times it's the training, getting ready for the fight. That can cause a lot of damage too. They taking a lot of hits in sparring as well. Definitely though. At 32, we should be looking into it. Rob G said in the grocery store, he said shopping, but these folks in the checkout gonna hear this Marq Nash show. Absolutely. Rob G in the grocery store. He said, I'm in the grocery store, but they gonna hear this shit. He said, I ain't muting nothing. Salute to Rob G. Shout out to the grocery store. Mike Gardner in the building. He said, money doesn't have anything to do with your health. As Steve Jobs, wealth came by health. That's how dumb people are in this world. I don't want to say they dumb. I just think it's easier to say that when you the person with no money. And you feel like, man, I'm getting by fine. Low-key, man, you probably ain't doing as good as you think you should be doing, bro. I think a lot of times what's going on here too with this mental health situation. I was talking to Brandon Washington earlier, and we was talking about, excuse me, is it possible? I'm just asking the chat this as well. Is it possible that we have become, we've gotten to the point where we normalize things that shouldn't be normal? Because people are saying, yo, he's calling it mental health, this stuff, blah, blah, blah. All these guys got mental health issues now. And it's starting to become normalized. Somebody left me a comment not too long ago. He said, hey, look, talking about mental health promotes mental health. He said it makes it easier for people to say, It just makes, he said, what he say? He said it makes it easier for other people to get out of taking care of their responsibilities. We're promoting, he said, we're promoting it, making it normal when it shouldn't be normal. Like, I never heard of these guys pulling out of fights back in the day due to mental health, but I'm sure Jack Johnson went through some type of mental health. I'm sure of it. It's just, I'm sure Joe Louis went through some shit. Ali went through some shit. Didn't hear them pulling out of fights due to mental health. Does that mean they was mentally strong? Does that mean they was these guys are mentally weak? Is it okay that now we are talking about it? See, I think back in the day, it was just like I said earlier, it was something we was just always told we don't talk about it. Don't talk about race, religion, politics, slavery, certain mental health. Don't talk about homosexuality, and because we had those people in our families, but everybody just like no. You know, had pedophiles in your family, the uncle that was touching the cousin. People don't talk about it. People just act like it don't happen. You'll just say, "Don't leave him with the kids, girl." You know you can't leave Conshonery with the kids. I'm fucking with you, Conshon. And that's how it goes. And it people keep these secrets hidden. And then they fester. And now we in this day and age now, well, now we can talk about whatever. All you need is an email and a damn avatar. Shit, you don't even need an avatar. All you need is an email and you can just tell the whole world how you feel on social media. Bronze Flat Power Guy, he said, I'm sort of 50-50 though. All right, 50-50 on what part? What part?
What up?
Say he's on 50-50. Fight Doctor said, Broner's full of shit. Damn.
What up, gangsta?
Shout out to the Fight Doctor. So you're not feeling Adrian Broner. You're not feeling what he. All right. Conshonery, do you believe Broner's claims is legitimate or an excuse? Who are you asking, Conshonery? He said, I think for a guy who posts his every feeling on social media, he missed the beat on his current mental health crisis. How so? That's how he posted this on social media. That's how we found this out. But also, I think people, that's another thing. I brought this up earlier. I'll say it again for the people who missed it. People assume that somebody who's having a mental health crisis walks around looking like this all day. I've never seen Danny Garcia look like this. This is not and this is after he won the fight and he's finally just talking about it. And talking about it, he's breaking down, reliving it right here on camera in front of us. He's going through it right here on camera, on TV, going through it. That's not how people always look when they're having a mental health crisis. They can look like this. Just look calm, regular, pupils all white, don't look drugged out. But they can look just like this guy. They can look like this, just regular. They don't always, people just assume that that's what mental health looks like. No, sometimes the person who's smiling the most could be the person who's going through a lot of things. They just keep those things on the inside. But yeah, I gotta disagree with that slightly, because just because you don't see something with somebody on social media doesn't mean they're not going through it. And sometimes what they're showing you on social media is a cry for help. Sometimes that shit is a cry for help, homie. In a major way. Let me see what Gonzalez talking about. He said he wasn't going to make weight, bottom line. Shoot, if you're having a mental health crisis, you don't feel like going to the gym, right? If you're having a crisis, you won't want to go to the gym. You won't want to go to work out. He said Adrian Broner had a bad camp. Again, you would have a bad camp if you having a crisis, Fight Doctor. Y'all don't see how they connected? What you're saying doesn't disprove what he's actually going through. It actually strengthens the argument. Because if you're having a good camp, that means your mind, body, and soul is all connected. Everything is clicking. You're having a bad camp, chances are you probably you could be having something going on, but you could just be having a bad camp. You could just be lazy. So just like, man, I'm not into boxing anymore. It's hard for me to make 140. Those things could be true as well. He said, people don't take on high risk professions everywhere. I didn't say everywhere, but it's a lot of high risk professions out there. Especially when we had COVID, man, being a nurse was high risk at one time. Working at the grocery store was high risk during COVID times. The fireman, the EMT guy, that's high risk. Police, no, you don't think those are high risk jobs? The motherfucker climbing up that telephone pole, that's high risk. I wouldn't do it. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing no construction climbing up on no beams. That's high risk. Talking about the military. How many people in the military in the country nationwide? Over 1 million, right? That's a lot. That's a lot of people, man. It is what it is, though. We can agree to disagree. Mike Garner, he said, I think the sanctioning bodies should have something set up for these fighters since they're taking a percentage out of their purse. Bruh, put a case on that. And the more you make, the more they're gonna take too. The more you make, the more they're gonna take, even though the job ain't really changing. The job's still the same. The job's still the same as it was. But they want a bigger cut because you getting a bigger cut. That's trash, homie. And what are the sanctioning bodies doing? What are they doing? What do they do? Like Andre Ward said, what do they do for the money, for that 3% per belt? Huh? It said, Constantly said, no money can cause some serious depression as well, financial woes and relationships as well. Absolutely. The kids back said, yeah, camps, injuries. Yeah, camps, injuries. He went 23, you know. They contribute to, he went 23 and 0. They contribute to all kinds of issues. Yeah, I get it. I definitely get where you're coming from, fam. A lot. You just never know. Drama for life. He said, yeah, put some titties on the screen. Absolutely. Don't be calling in trying to put a tallywhack on the screen. Kids back. He said, I get when Tyson Fury says he can get depression. There you go. Gypsy King definitely said that. He said he got to stay active. If not, he'll get depressed. He'll fall off. Thinking about ending it all. They'll think about ending it all. You want to stay active. I remember when Tyson Fury said that too. Nobody said nothing. I don't remember a lot of people saying his mental health crisis was a farce neither. He blew up in weight. Remember Tyson Fury blew up in weight? He blew up in weight because he wasn't motivated, having a mental health crisis. But like I told y'all, I'm biased because I definitely know people personally, and I've definitely had my own experiences with paranoia, anxiety, depression, PTSD, all of it, right? So I'm biased. But I try to be fair. And hear everybody out. But sometimes I'll be like, oh man, that's some of the shit that y'all be saying, man. I'll be like, that shit it's easy to say that. Like I said, it's always easy to say that. If you've never experienced it, it's easy to say that. Because I've been in those times where I felt like I was at my lowest, man. I felt like I was at my lowest of low, and it felt like it was no coming back. I felt like the world was on my shoulders. I felt like I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. And I felt like everybody was against me. Everybody was against me. The whole world was against me. So I can relate to what Adrian Broner is going through to a degree. Now, granted, everybody's situation is different. Have I talked to Adrian Broner? Nope. Have I ever met Adrian Broner? Yeah. But when I met Adrian Broner, shit, he was cool. I just still didn't want to speak to him that day because I was like, man, I ain't gonna let this dude call me no bitch ass nigga. I ain't about to say shit to Adrian Broner. Went right over there, talked to Robert Easter Jr., I talked to Stitch, kicked it with Ellie, chopped it up with Nez. Who else was there? World Combat Sports was there. Yeah, talked to Big Tigger. Shit, I talked to talked to people from Gamboa's camp. I was talking to damn near everybody in the building except Adrian Broner. Because I just didn't know what I was gonna get. Mike Garner said, if boxing had a national commission, then all that could be addressed. Conshonery. Exactly, bro. Exactly. I don't think they ever want to do that though, conshonery. They don't want politics, even more politics, like some kind of checks and balances. No, I think that's why they operate with impunity a lot of times. Promotional companies, sanctioning bodies. I think they operate with impunity because it's no checks and balances. They don't have to. They can say one thing on Monday, change the rule book Monday night, and say this is what's gonna happen on Tuesday. Well, hold on, y'all told us this yesterday. Yeah, we changed that last night. Yeah, this is our belt. This is our belt. This is our champion. We do what we want to do. So. Yeah, I don't think that's going to get addressed, but we can always hope and we can push for it, right? And we can start a conversation. It's all about having a conversation. Kids black, the kids back say, yeah, black families. Yeah, black family, yeah. She said, telehealth as well. Telehealth as well. What I miss, Queen P? What you said earlier? What she said about I lost Queen P. Telehealth. The fight doctor Broner needed a fat camp. Shit, he said he been training from. I mean, he knew this fight was coming a long time ago, right? He said he'd been training since the Spence fight. We'll try to find that clip. Because he was complaining about how long it took for the fight to happen. Lancaster, Adrian Broner. Let me try to find it. I think it was a Brian Custer interview. Where is it at? Let me go to YouTube. I'm gonna try to find this Brian Custer, Adrian Broner. But I believe he was talking about that because we covered this after it happened. We was like, nah, you couldn't have been training that long, my G, because if you was training that long, chances are you wouldn't have been drunk at the damn Spence fight. With your pants kind of hanging
been for AB.
Well, your pants was hanging off his butt. Remember, he was all at the joint, pants hanging off his ass at the damn fight. Drunk, somebody had to hold him up. It was crazy. It was kind of embarrassing too. It's kind of embarrassing for AB. But I'm gonna try to find this Brian Custer clip real quick. Let me see Brian Custer, Adrian Broner. No. Brian Custer, Adrian Broner. Bear with me, because I want y'all to hear this. Because I think it's very important to hear what he said, because you kind of can get a gauge of what he was talking about. This one, boom. Hold on, this might be it. Let me see.
Well, talk to us about how.
Let me see.
Sleep, y'all. Tell at this point, y'all, they don't do nobody else shit on. Why is we doing a
Omar Figueroa Jr.?
Okay.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, Brian. I ain't with none of this shit they got going on. I feel like Al Heyman and Steven Espinoza is bullshitting, because why is we doing a press conference on a computer when you got guys like, they don't do Floyd shit on no fucking computer when you fight a YouTuber?
You ain't Floyd, homie. Adrian Broner is not a Floyd Mayweather. He's not on Floyd Mayweather's level. I think that's another reason too. This kid really thinks he was Floyd. He was trying to be like Floyd. A lot of times you can't do what Floyd do. Nobody can do what he do, right? And get away with it. I think Adrian Broner is still fighting some of those demons too, of all that pressure. People thought he was going to be the next Floyd. Maybe he started believing in his own damn hype too. I'm gonna keep it a buck for the people asking. I think What he said? Hold on. Con he said, I'm asking you. Asking me what? Asking me what, Con? Asking me what? Gonzalez said his mental health issue started the day EJ knocked him out cold with 16-ounce gloves. I thought he dropped him with a body shot. I thought it was a body shot. I thought he dropped Broner with a body shot from what I heard. I didn't hear it was he knocked him out cold. Thought it was a body shot. He posted it after, not before. Posted what after, not before? Conshana, you losing me, bro. The fat camp. Last thing I saw, you said he needed a fat camp. I'm asking you, Mark. He posted it the day before. Mike Garner, if he, I don't know what you're talking about right here, bro. What he post? Posted it after, not before. I'm lost. Trying to find this damn clip, but Adrian Broner was talking about how long he had been training. Type in Brian Custer. Maybe it's on. What's it? The Last Stand. There we go. The Last Stand with Brian Custer. All right, here we go. Should be over here. I think he did this on Showtime though. I don't think this was on Brian Custer. I think this was on Showtime 2 months ago. Adrian Broner. Nope. So yeah, it's on Showtime. It wasn't over here. Showtime. Let me go to Showtime box. Bear with me. Let me find the Showtime boxing. Is it on Show Sports? Okay, here we go. Last Dance. Adrian Broner. Scroll down. That was 2 weeks ago. This was longer than 2 weeks ago when AB was up there. I'm gonna find it. But yeah, he was talking about how long he had trained. Okay, that's 1 month ago. That was Mikey. That was Danny. That was Jamal Charlo. Look, Jamal Charlo out of a fight too. I heard some people saying earlier today, they was like, yo, the ticket sales wasn't doing good. That's why they canceled the fight. Do y'all believe this fight was like this because of ticket sales? Because that's what I saw earlier too. I heard he wasn't gonna make weight. I heard the ticket sales was low. I had somebody tell me he was smoking squares in between rounds today. I was like, damn, he's smoking cigarettes in between sparring rounds. Oh, he gonna lose. Well, that's what's going on. But then again, we seen guys like Rigondeaux was definitely a heavy smoker. Ricardo Mayorga, definitely a heavy smoker. And they were still fighting, but shit, I didn't know AB was out here smoking squares in between rounds. And I'm trying to find this interview. Oh well, I guess I don't see it. Showtime. It ain't on Showtime Sports. Damn, they took the Adrian Broner interview off. They have nothing from Adrian Broner right here. I know they didn't take them off. All right, we'll try to come back to it. I'll try to come back to it and find it. Let me try to keep caught up with the chat. All right, let me see what he's saying. Broner has always had mental issues, but he likely just wasn't ready for the fight. Excuse me. Maybe it's finally caught up with him, Slider Deal. Is that possible? I'm just saying, is it possible that it finally caught up with him? Because and those mental health issues, bro, if not treated, they don't get better. They don't just go away. It doesn't go away, homie. So if he always had those mental health issues, shit, I don't think he's ever really got it under control. If so, when did he have it under control, and when did he lose control of it? I think Broner's mental health crisis began after that Maidana fight. Very possible. It's very possible. I know before that Maidana fight, he was already out here wilding, doing shit that he shouldn't have been doing. Even before that fight. Remember Floyd said, I told him to go to bed, go home and get some rest, go to sleep. He was up all night gambling and partying with Floyd and the dudes. Y'all remember Floyd saying that? Floyd was like, yo, homie was out hanging out, kicking and partying. I was like, yo, go get some rest. And they said, and then he lost. Even before the Maidana fight. What? Remember he was on, that was Floyd's 24/7. He was walking around with Floyd on the 24/7. Had that white vest on, looking flabby. Had a gut. Mad Made X. If you can't show me your face behind the scenes real quick, you're gonna just have to use the phone number on me. You want the cam up? Let me see your face. You could cut the cam right back off. If not, nah, I ain't gonna be able to let you on. or you're gonna have to just use the phone number. Because I haven't seen you in the chat, never seen you before in my life. Mad Made X. All right. Cut your cam back off. Oh, he cut the whole thing off. All right. Trying to bring you on. But yeah, it could have been, but I don't think that's that's very possible. I think his fighting style changed after he got his ass beat by Mike Donna. But as far as the mental health crisis, shit, when you see that video of AB when he was a kid and he's talking to the person, talking to this reporter, and she's talking to him about what he was gonna do when what would he be doing if he wasn't a boxer? He was like, yo, I'd probably be out here robbing people. That's what Adrian Broner, that's what he was talking about. He was like, yo, I'm gonna be out here robbing folks. And he was a kid talking about that back then. Talking about out here committing robberies, hitting licks. So you just never know. You just never really know. But mental health is something that we got to talk about. We got to talk about it. He said, I ain't dissing. No. He said, I ain't dissing, but them baby mamas would kill me. Would kill me off. Broner got a few kids too. Yeah. That baby mama drama is a real thing. That's a real thing. And that can bring you down too. Definitely can bring you down. Have you feeling depressed? Have you feeling like, but on the flip side of it, the kids should bring you some joy though, right? If you're feeling like down and out because of the baby mama, the fact that you have those kids, that should bring you joy. That should bring you some kind of solace, some kind of hope, some kind of solid, some kind of something you should be able to lean on and say, you know what? I don't like everything that's going on in my life, but I thank God for my kids. I'm happy about my kids. I don't think that should be the thing to make you just throw it all away. I will say this though. Oh, I'm sorry. I lost my spot in the chat. Let me go back. Boom. Bear with me. I'm trying to get my spot back in the chat. Okay, I was right here. Yeah, but I get it, man. Baby mama drama, I get it. But you need that check, man. You need that check. These fighters don't get paid just to stand around. They don't get paid during the off season. They don't have no guarantees where you're just gonna get paid just to stay with the company. You got to fight. Conshoner, hey Mark, perhaps he's not telling the truth and being forthcoming. I mean, perhaps. Could be. We got to take him at his word. We took him at his word when he was selling on other things where he was like, when he told LB, he said, man, y'all don't fuck with me. Shut that soft shit up. Hey, Adrian, we believe in you. You know, but y'all don't believe in me. Remember, that right there might be part of the disorder, man. You feel like everybody's against him. Showtime's against him. Steven is against him. Al Heyman's against him. These are writings on the wall. That's writing on the wall. Y'all don't see that? Y'all don't hear that? Some of that shit could be a cry for help, though. In my opinion, like I said, I don't have all the answers on me. I'm just going with my opinion, just like you guys are going with your opinion. What makes this show so dope is I drop the link and I have a phone number out there so you guys can call in and you can voice your opinion. The kid is back, said, he said, Jim gives you natural endorphins. You mean endorphins? What do you mean? Okay, gives you a natural. I guess you mean like a natural high, right? Endorphins, right? So athlete to adjust or can't their passion, that would get me depressed. What you mean, bro? Write that again. I'm sorry. Gym gives you a natural high. I can skip that. Gym gives you like a natural high. So athletes to adjust or can't their passion. That would, I do see you say that would get you depressed, or can't their passion, or athlete to adjust, or can't their passion. Yeah, you lost me on that one. The kids back. Concerning the kids back, people work out for mental health all the time. It's mind and body, right? But some people work, but some people aren't getting paid. Some people, it's not a job though for them. Sean Connery, working out for mental health is one thing. Cutting weight, training for a fight, studying your opponent, that might be a little different from, you getting on a treadmill and, doing 2 miles. When you get off the treadmill, you can still go eat some pizza and hot wings if you want to, right? You're not training for a fight. This guy got to cut weight too. So it's not just working out, but I get what you're saying. But when you got to prep for a fight, it's not just working out for fun. You're working out for a job. It's a little more pressure, right? When you guys say it's a little more pressure, working out as a professional boxer versus working out, hey, I'm just trying to go out here and hit the heavy bag real quick. I'm stressed out. It's not the same. It's a little different when you're working out you get what I'm saying? It's a little different when you're working out for your job. But I get it. He said, I said something. I said something. Fury may have been depressed, but maybe he didn't want the rematch with Klitschko. We can't see into someone's mind. We sure can't. Definitely can't read into somebody's mind, but we can look at the behaviors. He blew up in weight out of this control. Fury was like almost 400 pounds, right? Definitely not the norm for him. So sometimes those things, they are connected. When you see somebody not fighting, but also when you see how they look, how they start looking at, like Fury was looking bad, homie. Fury was looking bad. And I don't like, but I get it though, homie. I get what you're saying. We can't look in somebody's mind. You're 1,000% right on that. Conshonery's still in the building. He says, we've all experienced depression. Have we? I feel that way, but I don't know if I can say we all have experienced depression. I want to say we all have. But it's levels. Being depressed and experiencing depression, I think those are 2 different things. We can all be depressed, like, okay, you lost your job, your dog died, you lost a grandparent, you lost a sister. Your lady had a miscarriage. You're gonna be depressed. But I think where depression is different is when the depression, it's lingering. It just doesn't go away. It's like it just weighs on you. You can't even function now. That's the difference between, in my opinion. And again, I'm not a healthcare professional, but I have experienced depression before, and I've been depressed before. It's different. I've been depressed before I land. I lost my wallet. Damn, man, I gotta get all new cards over. Got to get my ATM. Got to get a license. Damn, that's messed up. Disappointed, depressed, yeah. But that's not depression. It's not like you don't want to get out the bed type shit. Yeah, but I think it's a little different. Read that one. We all experience depression. Kids back, he said, nah, if you have a major injury, you can't work at Conshonery. I hear your point of view. Maybe swim if you can't run. If you can't run, adjust. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, it's hard to work. Yeah, you're not gonna be in there trying to lose weight. You're not gonna be in there sparring, doing all of that shit. It's not like you just going to work out to relieve your stress. No, man, you probably doing 2 a days too to cut weight. You got 1 session to cut weight, and you got another session to spar. Conshonery, but we do not know conclusively whether he's been genuine about his claim or not. All we got is the behaviors, homie. All we got is his behaviors. We can judge the behaviors, right? We can judge the words that are being said. We can judge the actions. None of us will ever know conclusively, right? Just like we don't, but it's a lot of people are so quick to be judgmental though, without knowing. And that's okay too. They have the right to be judgmental. I don't mind. That's what the phone line is for. The kid's back. He said, it's a proven health benefit because it activates endorphins. Absolutely. But not if you're trying. I can't explain it, Conshonery. I get it. Exercise is good for you. But when you're suffering from depression, and part of the depression is what's happening in the gym, any mental health provider with their certificate, like I said, they're going to tell you, take a break, do things to make you happy outside of boxing, do things outside the gym. And that's what people are going to do. It's not like like I said, he's not just in the gym just, hey, I'm gonna walk on the treadmill, I'm gonna do the elliptical. He's gonna get punched in the face. He's gonna get punched in the body. You gotta cut weight, you gotta do some sit-ups, you gotta run some miles, you gotta have that damn bag on to lose some weight. So it's not just working out just to work out, in my opinion. Kids back, he said, just eating right and being active is a must. Absolutely. You gotta eat right and you gotta be active. Major Key in the building. What up, Major Key? How you feel, homie? What's the deal? What up, though?
What up?
What's poppin', my G? Queen P, she said, Martin Nash, I mentioned telehealth. I meant it as a form of for one to receive help virtually. Absolutely. Very important. It's very important. Shoot, but some of these people need some medicine too, Queen P. I ain't gonna lie. Some people really need to sit in that office, need to talk to somebody, need to look in their eyes and get a good cry out. Might need to take a pill or two. And some of that medication, you don't need to be taking that and trying to go into a boxing ring. Some of that medication you need to take and you need to lay your ass down. That Xanax is gonna put you right to sleep. You go in there and try to fight somebody in a boxing match and you on Xanax, you really gonna get put to sleep. You're gonna get put to sleep for real. Concerning kids back, that's part of mind and body. Take care of the body and the mind will follow. I think it's the other way around. I definitely think take care of the mind and the body follow. Because I know a whole bunch of people got a lot of muscles. Mind ain't worth shit. Then you know some people, yeah. I think it's the other way around though. I think it's take care of the mind and the body follow. The head first and then the body. Because you can't get the body right if the mind isn't right, contrary. Like the thinking has to change first before the behaviors change. Mike Garner said, remember they pushed his fight back. Yeah, that's why I was trying to find that Showtime clip, Mike Garner, where he was complaining. He was like, man, I was waiting for this fight, blah, 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 for X amount of time, and they keep pushing it back. It's some bullshit. I'm trying to find it. And I see Omar Figueroa on The Last Stand 4 weeks ago, but I do not see Adrian Broner's up here. No Adrian Broner. It's almost like they took it down already. I don't see it. It's like they took Adrian Broner's interview down. I heard somebody put out this conspiracy theory earlier today. That was like PBC pulled this event as almost like they're trying to punish him for running his mouth earlier. They blocked it. They took him off the shelf. And I was like, if that's true, the Adrian Broner that we're dealing with, he's not the type that's just gonna keep that a secret. He's gonna let us all know. He's gonna like, man, them bitch ass niggas, man, you motherfucker, they don't want to see you. It's your boy, you know, AB. They don't want to see me, man. They don't want to see me with this money, man. They blocking my fight, man. I think AB will come out and tell us. Mike Gardner said, I think he said he was training for 6 months. Yeah, something like that. That's the interview I'm trying to find, Mike Gardner. He was like, man, I've been training for like 6 months for this shit, man. This shit supposed to be happen. They playing with me. And I was like, well, you couldn't been training for that long because we saw you drunk at the Spence fight. Spence versus Ugas. He was drunk off his ass, then falling against the wall, pants hanging off. People had to hold him up. The girl had to walk him to the wall. He was about to fall out, just walking. Conshonry, the kids back. Conshonry told the kids back, he said, if I don't eat and stay too long, I turn into a revenue screech. Okay. Mike Gardner, maybe it was at the KMC gym. I think the dream ended when he lost to Maidana. Yeah. But he won a title after that, right? He won a regular belt after that. I definitely think he won a regular belt after that Maidana fight. Sorry, Martin Nash. I asked whether you believe his claim was truth or fiction. Shit, I said the same thing as you said earlier. We can't go into the hearts and minds of men. Like, we don't know. All we can do is judge his behaviors, judge his actions, the things you've seen in the past. It's just out of the blue for Adrian Broner. I've never seen Adrian Broner pull out of a fight the week of. I mean, I ain't never seen him do that. I have seen him show signs that things aren't all on the up and up. He have seen like, damn, he got some issues going on at home at times. Definitely seemed like he had some shit going on. But far as him just pulling out of a fight, I never seen him just pull out of a fight just because. Yeah, this is just beyond the norm of what we've seen from AB.
whether you rock with him or not. Slotty Dill, he said Broner still thinks he's a Madison Square Garden attraction, and those days are over. It's hard to go from $1 million paydays to undercard money. Shit, put a case on that. That's a big fact. That'll make you depressed, right? That'll damn sure make you depressed when you go from thinking you're on top of the world. Look, remember how much money did Jay-Z and Rock Nation offer him, and he turned that down? Turned down all that Rock Nation money. I forgot how much was it? It was like $6 million. He turned down all that money. And when you turn down that type of money, then when your money gets low, you start looking back on it. Slotty Deal said Broner still think he's okay. I read that one. Conshon, I had a friend that used to do kickboxing. I used to do kickboxing with. I was in the gym when he had a freak accident. His back went out. Took my friend a while to adjust after his surgeries. Damn. Salute to your homie, man. Sorry about that. Fight Doctor, he said, there's a difference between mental illness and extreme stupidity. Broner's problem is that he has the latter. Speak on it, Fight Doctor. You got the phone number, call in or click the link. I'd love to hear your opinion. Fight Doctor on the ones and twos on Rick James status. Conshonery said, is Broner in mental distress or coming up with a convenient excuse? How would we know? How would we know? Because they're all connected, right? The fact that he's not losing weight, or some people say he not making weight. Somebody say with smoking squares. All of those things could be connected to what he got going on. I'm just trying to be fair. Because God forbid if he went in that ring and had a breakdown like McCall, we all would have been like, damn, AB done lost it. Or if we hear he flipped this Ferrari over or flipped or whatever he's driving nowadays, flipped his Honda Accord, whatever. He flipped his car over 18 times. He was drinking and driving, drove off a bridge, or he blew his brains out. We all would have been like, damn, that's fucked up. Why nobody reach out to him? Somebody should have talked to him. Nobody was there to help him. If it goes that way, we all would have said that, right? The kid is back said, I had a friend who led a very physical life and had his arm crushed in a factory. He was mentally destroyed at first, but eventually recovered. Yeah, your arm crushed at shit. Yeah, that'll take you out the game, bro. Come on, Conshiner. Shit like that, you gotta know mental health is real when you see stuff like that. Stuff like that'll take you out the game mentally, emotionally. You ain't really smashing your shorty like you used to be, right? You know what I'm saying? And which hand was it? Was it his good hand, or did he have to learn how to? You know what I'm saying? Might have to learn how to beat off with the other hand. That shit ain't easy. Get your rhythm right. I'm fucking with you, respectfully. Gonzalez in the building. Gonzalez said, don't mean to be harsh on AB, but he pulled out and ruined a nice payday for both fighters, at least $300K. But shit, old boy's still fighting. There you go. That's the flight right there. And ain't for both fighters. Figueroa still fighting Lipinets on Saturday, homie. He's still getting paid. Oh yeah, Figueroa. They slid Lipinets right in like a dancer. Yeah, Lipinets gonna get a payday. He gonna fight. But it's not all about the money, right? Because if you hear his post, he was like, he said he made this mistake before. He said what he said. I feel like I came up short before because my mind wasn't 100% there, and I'll be damned if I made that mistake again. I need to make some changes for the better instead of worrying about other people's feelings and pleasing them. When in all reality, I have nothing to prove to anybody. I'm a 4-time world champion in 4 different weight classes. If I never would lace up a pair of gloves again, I feel like it's safe to say I will be inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame. Y'all think Adrian Broner going to the Boxing Hall of Fame? He says he's a 4-division, 4-weight champion. Y'all feel like he's going to the Boxing Hall of Fame? My boy Shelton Moore always told me, he said, man, he ain't going unless he buy a ticket. Let me get back to my spot. Where was that? Kids back. Convenient excuse, Fight Doctor, thank you. Don't mean to be harsh. I read that one. He said, no amount of money would change how my friend felt. He just wanted to get back to training, knowing he never could. That'll get you depressed, homie. That'll definitely get you depressed trying to train and trying to get ready for something, and it just never happens for you. It's just not going to happen. So I get it. It's definitely, it'll bring you down. It'll bring you down in a major, major way. Let me see. Let me get to this other topic, and let's see. I'm gonna try to get caught up on the chat. I'm gonna get to the other topic. We're doing good on time, and let me see. Shout out to my guy PJ in the building. PJ said, "What up, fam? What's up to you, bro? What up, though?
What up?
Said another great show. I'm trying, man. Shout out to Lisa Bells.
What up?
Peace to you. Conshonery. She said, "What's up, the Fight Doctor?
What up?
All right. Let's see. It's a bunch of what's ups. We caught up. It's a bunch of what's ups. Kids back. He said, nah, I typed that way when I was talking about the injuries. And I feel like, oh yeah, I'm on the phone. It's all good.
What up?
It's all good. Damn, Queen P, I lost it right here. She said, if one feeling of depression leads to one wanting to unalive. I don't know how to read that, Queen P. Damn. If one's feeling of depression leads to one wanting to unalive themselves. I'm sorry. SLG in the building. SLG, what up, fam?
What up?
SLG says substance abuse issues can lead to mental health issues that wouldn't have existed otherwise. Amen to that. Let me make some noise for that one. Hell yeah. And that's what's not being said right there, SLG. I think you're the first person to say that. A kid could have a substance abuse problem, right? Very, very, very possible. And those kind of things will cause other issues. Absolutely. Big facts right there. Phone lines open too. If y'all want to jump in on this topic, try to do it now. I'm gonna try to end this in a timely fashion so we can do the members only after this. Conshonry said, I think the missing point here is that people that make claims about having depression aren't mental health professionals either. But maybe they got diagnosed. Maybe, yeah, but they know what they're feeling though, right? You know, if you're feeling, look, I don't have to be a doctor, right, to know that, hey, my foot is not supposed to be swollen like this. My leg and my ankle should not be swollen. I don't have to be a dentist to know, like, hey, something wrong with my mouth right here. This hurts. I need to go to the dentist. I'm having a dental issue right now. You don't have to be an electrician to know your lights don't supposed to be flickering like this all the damn time. It's a sunny day, it's not raining. Why is all the lights flickering? So I get where you're coming from, but you know your body, you know your personality more than the doctor would know. You might not know what you're suffering from, but you know, hey, I don't feel right. I don't feel like me. I don't feel like getting up in the morning. I don't feel like exercising like I used to. I don't feel like I'm losing interest in things like sex that you used to be interested in. You don't lose an interest in working out in a gym. So you don't have to be a mental health professional to know, hey, I don't feel like me. I don't feel right. So yeah. Lisa Bell's in the building. She said, SLG, thank you. I just said the same thing on the live. He has an unaddressed substance abuse issue. Really? What's the substance, Lisa Bell? What's he on? What's the substance? I'm very interested in that. I know I seen him drinking. Is that what you mean? Is it something other than drinking? Is it like, is he on that cocaine? Is it some weed? Is it lean? Is he popping pills, ecstasy? Like, what's the substance? Is it alcohol? Is it something more severe? Let me know. Lisa Bell, sometimes mental illness leads to substance abuse as well. I agree 1,000,000%.
What up?
I agree 1,000,000% on that. And the other way around, the substance abuse can also cause you to have those mental illness because you're changing the way your brain operates when you start taking those substances in your body. You spend it on the substance.
it literally changes the way your brain processes information. I do remember that taking biology. Definitely remember that when we was talking about substance. Queen P said, of course, there's psychotherapy, seeking a therapist, counselor, social worker, and taking medication. Absolutely. Lisa Bell said, what's up to the Fight Doctor? Fight Doctor said, what's up to Sean Connery? SLG saying, what's up to everybody else? Let me skip some of these shout outs. Boom. So, Kids Back, he said, I'm just talking about depression in general, not Broner. So sometimes I'm talking about depression in general. Some people think, some people that is their identity. Some people that is their identity, even as an amateur or novice being active. Okay. Some people just gym rats anyway, right? For sure. You see, I'm just talking about the branch. I read that one. Average people diagnosing themselves with mental health illness shouldn't be considered as legitimate. You don't know if he diagnosed himself. All you know is what he said on the tweet, right? We don't know if people are diagnosing themselves. But you get what I'm saying, though, Sean Connery? You don't have to diagnose yourself with, okay, you need a root canal. But you know, hey, I can't chew on the right side of my mouth. Or, hey, I feel like, hey, it hurts over here. You don't have to be a professional to know something is wrong. Now, saying you don't know what the issue is, but you know something is not right. Does that make sense? Somebody, come on, y'all. Please tell me that made sense. I thought I bodied that shit right there. I thought I killed that. Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, man. You don't have to. I ain't never had to work on a roof in my house in my life. I know the roof don't supposed to be leaking. Yeah, I'm a hire professional to tell me what's going on with the damn roof. But I know the roof don't supposed to be leaking. I shouldn't be getting these sharp pains on my liver, like over here where my liver's at. Oh, I don't know what's going on, but I'm feeling the sharp pain. I know something ain't right. Now they can't be active. Got to get you down. Hold up. Now they can't be active. Oh yeah, they got to get you down. You talk about from his other comment. Absolutely. His lifestyle is anything but sane. This has been going on for a long time. Okay. He was lying about the 6 months training camp story. That could be an indication. What part was he lying about? I do know this fight was supposed to be made. I just don't think he was in camp the whole time, Constantine. I agree with you on that. I don't think he was training the whole time. Maybe he was supposed to be in training and was out there drinking and doing what he wanted to do at that fight with Errol and Uga. But he definitely had some sauce on him. He definitely was wobbling. Queen P in the building, SLG talking to Queen P said, I know people who have benefited from therapy. Good shit. That's definitely good. He left the online presser, remember? Yeah, I played that video earlier. But also, too, not even just him getting up, Lisa Bell's walking out. Look at what he said. You guys don't do this to Floyd, Steven Espinoza, Al Heyman. They on some bullshit. Y'all playing me, blah, blah, blah. He feel like everybody's against him. That is a sign of you might need some help when you feeling like the whole world is against you, right? Everybody trying to take me down. Everybody trying to stop me from being great. Sometimes people ain't just trying to stop you from being great. Sometimes people are trying to save you from yourself. It's very possible. But it's speculation. But the 6 month training camp narrative sounds like fiction. Sounds like it. Could be. Excuse me. Kids bad. As far as Broner, he probably waited a long time. Now his body is so hard. Pause. His body is so hard to even complete a camp. He's not 23 like Ben. Broner Broner must have mad injuries nobody knows of. We ain't never seen him walk around casted up though, right? I haven't seen him with the cast on, but it's very possible. It's very possible. You boxing this long, I'm sure something. Look, you're gonna have injuries, right? Lisa Bells, you're right. He's always been an erratic personality. Saying what's up to each other. Conshonery. This Lisa Bell to Conshonery. She said, yes, a lot of people just overlooked it. Oh, that's just AB bugging, etc. Right. Dory Drones in the building. What up, DJ?
What up?
Bruce Gas. What up?
What up?
Cali Fire. Too many excuses have been made for AB. Al might not give the problem another shot. That's what I was saying earlier, Cali. I was trying to ask what y'all thought of that. Do y'all think he'll get another chance? We don't know. Sorry about that. Conshonery, I never said mental health wasn't real. Okay. Somebody said you said it wasn't real. What happened? I missed that. Bart Nash dropped the link. All right, sure. There you go. HLD in the building. What up, HLD? What up, though?
What up?
He said, hola, Lisa.
What up?
J8 in the building. What up, Jay?
What up?
What's popping with you? All right, they said, what's up? Somebody said, Lipinez looks different. Don't he look different on his poster? Yeah, Lipinez look mad different, yo. Hey, look, getting older, man. That age kicking in, bro. That age starting to kick in on Lipinez in a major way, right? He definitely looks a little bit older in the face. Probably a little longer in the tooth. Let's see, though. We'll see. I'm going to watch this fight. I heard some people say, nah, man, I'm watching the Usyk versus AJ, man. That fight going to be in the daytime, ain't it? In America? AJ versus Usyk during the daytime. So I'm going to watch this. We got two fights. We got a daytime and a nighttime fight this Saturday. So that's good for us. Definitely good for us. All right, we got the Fight Doctor in the building. Fight Doctor, what up, homie?
Yo, Fight Doctor's in the house on Rick James status as always. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you, my G. How you feel? What's the deal? Make some noise for the Fight Doctor in the building. What's on your mind on this topic, homie?
So I am highly skeptical of this whole mental illness excuse. I mean, the timing of it, right? You wait until you are deep into your career. Deep into your career. I mean, let's be honest, right? Broner had this fight gone through, had he not pulled out, he might have had maybe 2 or 3 more fights left. And then that would have been that, right? So you're deep into your career and you decide 1 week before a fight, towards the end of your career, that now all of a sudden I have mental illness issues and I can't fight. The timing is suspect. I mean, where was this mental illness before you signed the contract to fight? Where was this mental illness 5-6 years ago? Right? It's just all of a sudden now you decide that you crazy. 1 week before a fight. No, I'm not going for it. Yeah. What the real problem is that Adrian Broner is not focused. Okay? That's the problem. Adrian Broner is not professional. Adrian Broner does not live a fighter's lifestyle. How can you call yourself a professional fighter? Every time somebody sees you out in public, you drunk. Now, what mental illness got to do with intoxication? Not a goddamn thing. What mental illness got to do with you being unprofessional? Not a goddamn thing. Nothing. But you want to pull out 1 week before a fight because you mentally ill. Nigga, please. Yeah, no, I'm not going for it.
All right, let me reply to a couple things, Fight Doctor. Is it possible? You said, where was this at all these years ago? Shout out to Big Dog Willie for the super chat. Appreciate you, homie. Wrong button. Damn, wrong button. What the hell was that? Shout out to Big Dog Willie. Thanks for supporting the show. Shout out to Rap Star. What up, Rap Star?
What up?
Hey, is it possible this stuff has been going on and lingering for years? Is that possible? He was hospitalized in 2021 for a mental health condition. I don't know if you remember seeing that going around YouTube.
So, well, here's my question, right? If he's having mental illness, if he's mentally ill, right? If he's having problems with mental health, one, why did you sign the contract to fight? 2, why have you not been seeking treatment? And 3, why does mental health kick in 1 week before you're supposed to fight? Why do your mental health problems kick in 1 week before you were supposed to fight? I just don't understand the timing of it. I mean, is his mental health issue looking at his calendar and saying, this nigga's supposed to fight in 1 week, so let's start giving him problems.
Let me take this call real quick. But look, it's very possible that's when it start kicking in, when the pressure start getting thick. But Sam from Washington, talk to me. What's up, Sam?
Hey, what's up? What's up, Mark? Long time no talk.
Hey, man, stop being a stranger.
I just have to respond to what I just heard, man.
Go for it.
Look, I started my job a long time ago, but there's days I don't want to go to work. Broner has one way of making income. He has no other skills that I know of. He can't rap. He can't do nothing else. He's not an engineer. So he signed a contract because he's trying to make money. I don't believe just before the fight that he decided that he was having mental issues. Broner's been in meltdown mode for a long time. But when he's forced to try to sign these contracts because he has no other revenue. So, the fight doctor, he has his opinion, I have mine. But to say that he decided the week before the fight that he's not going to fight, I don't believe that. I don't think he even wanted to fight in the first place. But what else is he going to do? He has no money. He's on the PBC allowance program. We don't know when that's running out. So if you really look at the totality of Broner's behavior the last couple of years, man, that guy's been crying for help for the last 4 or 5 years.
Go ahead.
Salute.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It got awful quiet.
No, we
let I don't know. I can't speak what's going on in another man's mind, but everything the fight doctor said actually points towards he really does have issues. Because he says, Broner has threatened to kill himself. What was that, 2 or 3 years ago? He threatened to kill himself. He's done all kinds of crazy things. Now, if you look at these other guys, now Ryan Garcia, on the other hand, said he was having mental issues, but he was still on social media tapping on people, criticizing people. To me, that's different. Broner could wake up dead. I mean, we could wake up tomorrow and Broner would be dead, as far as I'm concerned. I don't think he's all there, man. That's just all I got to say, Mark.
You don't think he's what?
Back. I'm kind of ranting. I don't think he's all there mentally. I think he has some. I think he really has some issues, like other people were talking about, substance issues as well. But I think he's mentally just kind of weak.
Stay right there. I'm going to find out a reply to what you said, too.
Yeah.
Go ahead, find out. You want to reply to it?
So if the question is Adrien Broner, is he mentally weak? I would agree. Yes, he is. Okay? The man, Adrien Broner, is an idiot. There's no question about that. But if the question is, does he have legitimate mental health issues? I don't think so. I think the problem with Adrien Broner is that, he's used to living a certain lifestyle. He's used to having a certain amount of attention. And, he's sort of just used to having his way. And now that maybe that's not happening anymore, he has to show out. So now he has to show his ass, okay, to get the attention that he used to get based off his boxing ability. Well, that don't happen no more because, dude, you ain't beat nobody of significance in how long? Paulie Malignaggi, maybe? And how long ago was that? So you're not making it happen in the ring where you were getting all that attention. So now you have to find other ways to get attention. So what do? You were already a fool when you came to boxing. So now you just become a bigger fool, more of an attention whore, right? You have to feed that attention whore addiction. That's the problem. Attention whore addiction. Okay? If he has mental illness, that's what it is. Right? The man is a mental midget and an attention whore. And that's what this is all about. The man is an attention whore. Okay? I mean, yeah, this is all an act. It's a game. I'm not buying any of this mental illness bullshit because, look, I know people who have legitimate mental illness problems, right? Adrien Broner is not one of them. Adrien Broner has attention whoring problems. That's his issue.
Go ahead, Sam. You want to reply?
What I can say to that though is, I've known two people who have killed themselves, who I had no clue that they were at that ledge. And the only reason, the next thing I know, they was dead. And nobody really knew. So sometimes those things, you can't see them, man. They're on the outside, people have masks on. And I can't speak for everybody, and, you know, our opinions may differ. But I've literally, and then another person I know that killed himself, it was just an acquaintance. And I partied with him that night. And the next day, I hear he killed himself. And he was the life of the party. You just don't know what's going on in somebody's head, man. Especially like in Adrian Broner's case, because I don't know him personally. I can't say how he's faking. Now, I do agree his fall from grace had to be hard on him, but sometimes those humbling situations, everybody doesn't handle them correctly. And they open up wounds and they trigger things that are going on deep down inside of them. The mind is a real funny thing, man, and you just don't know what's going on deep inside that volcano. And when the balloon pops, they don't have any coping mechanisms. So, you know, I can just say I don't know, but I just wanted to come out and just say, look, I don't believe that Broner decided a week before the fight that he was going to fight. I think he signed that contract trying to make a living, and he just couldn't hold it together. That's my personal opinion of what happened. And like I said, I don't know the man, but that's just where I'm at with it.
Fight, Doctor.
I mean, he makes a good point that, you know, at the end of the day, the only person who really knows what's going on in Adrian Broner's mind is Adrian Broner, right? But Broner has just been a certain way from day one, right? And in my mind, he's always been an attention whore. He's always been a clown. And I just see this as him, taking his extremist attention whoring personality to the next level. He hasn't been committed to the sport of boxing in years. So, I look at it in this regard. The man is mentally weak. He's insecure, and he probably, in my mind, didn't want the world to see him take an ass whooping. So he finds this convenient, which is now in vogue, excuse of being mentally ill to, avoid the world, so he can sidestep the world having seeing him take his ass whooping. That's what I think. Look,
both things be true.
Listen, I'm sure that Adrian Broner has an army of enablers around him, whispering in his ear, yes men, telling him exactly what he wants to hear. And the people who are trying to honestly help him, right? And the people who are telling him what he needs to hear instead of what he wants to hear, he keeps them at a distance. Case in point, Al Heyman, right? Al Heyman is a businessman, so I'm sure that Al Heyman has been whispering in his ear, like, look, dude, you need to do this, and the other, okay? Let's get you back on your feet. Here's some money, okay? Get yourself right. But Broner's a clown. He don't want to do right. He wants to attention whore. He wants to burn money, flush it down the toilet, whatever the hell he does with it, okay? Walk around like a clown with stacks of cash in his hand, looking like an idiot. So yeah, this mental illness business, I'm not buying it because it's bullshit, okay? That's what it is. The man is a mental midget. That's the problem.
Mark, I want to ask him a question real quick.
Go for it.
A little while ago, when you first started talking about it, Fight Doctor, you was mentioning the fact that Adrian was drunk every time you saw him. He was drunk all the time. Do you remember saying that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I can say the same thing about Errol Spence. Drunk every time. Every time I saw videos of him, he was drunk. He was drunk. but he wasn't having the mental issues. He was kicking it. He was partying a lot. He was living his life. You know, he was young, rich, doing his thing, wrecked his car, almost killed himself, but no one's ever accused him of anything else but liking to drink too much. So, I mean, it just because you see AB drunk and lit up all the time, that's you can't just say that's who he is. Because I could bring up Errol Spence and he say the same thing. But what was the path going down the road? And I don't know, man. I think you're being a little hard on him. I don't know. He's everything you said he is. He was a clown. And I agree, he's attention whore. They're all attention whores, man. That's what they do. That's how they get paid. They don't get paid to be quiet and not be seen. And I don't think Adrian's afraid of an ass whooping. He's a fighter. Fighters aren't afraid of ass whoopings, man. They think they still have a chance. They think they can still pull it off. Adrian's waiting in the ring, and I don't think he's really trained that properly, but he thought he had enough to get over it and pull it off. That's the confidence of being a fighter. If you're a fighter, you always think you're going to win, man. I ain't never went in a fight and thought I was going to lose. And so I don't see it that way, man. I think I don't think he can hold together, and we'll agree to disagree. But I just want to bring up that little comparison with Spence. Spence was drunk every time I saw him. Well, for a while back, but he took a different path. So I don't want to sit there and totally blame it on, drinking or anything like that. But I agree with everything you said. I just, as far as his behavior. But I don't know if it's an excuse in Adrian's place. I think Adrian is really in need of some help. And as far as enablers go, I don't think he's got enough money to really have too many enablers left.
Oh shit!
I don't think he's really living like that. Enablers cost money.
Thanks, though.
Fan clubs don't come free, dog. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Facts.
But hey, I gotta get off this phone, Mark. Thanks for the vine, and Fight Doctor, thanks for the chat, man.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. Shout out to my guy Sam from Washington, man. Good call. Good call. Yeah, Fight Doctor, good call right there. Good exchange. I thought both of you guys made some good points right there. Got the Fight Doctor in the building on Rick James status. He said, "Fuck Adrian Broner, you're a clown." Right?
I mean, listen, I sympathize with the man. But at the same time, I realize that Adrian Broner's problem stares back at him every time he looks in the mirror. Okay? That's the problem. He needs to get a hold of himself. He needs to, if you're going to be a fighter, then look, you don't play boxing. You play basketball. You play baseball. You don't play boxing. You don't, right? Either you are going to be a fighter and live a fighter's lifestyle, or you're going to clown around like Adrian Broner does, who, in my mind, Adrian Broner has not been a professional prize fighter in several years. I mean, he goes through the motions, he gets in the ring, and he stands in front of his opponent and refuses to throw punches. Now, how are you supposed to win if you don't throw punches? So, yeah.
Let me ask you this. So, do you think the media and fans are handling Adrian Broner's mental health crisis the same as they handle Ryan Garcia's, Tyson Fury's, Danny Garcia's, and others?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't really had a chance to make the rounds to get a feel for how everyone is processing this information. So I really don't know.
Sure. That's fair. I respect that. Should there be investigations when fighters pull out for mental health?
I think there should. I think that fighters should be subject to some type of evaluation. But I think that should be the case regardless if fighters are reporting mental health issues or not. That should just be standard. Because, look, at the end of the day, boxing is a sport where you get hit in the head. And boxing is a sport where you're almost guaranteed to leave with some type of brain issue, right?
Right.
But, in this case, look, listen, Adrian Broner might as well, he very well could have some type of mental health issue going on. I doubt it, but I don't think that it's in the realm of impossibility, because at the end of the day, look, Broner has been taking punches lately. in his last couple of fights. Okay, really? He hasn't looked good.
I thought he was doing a lot of holding.
Yeah, well,
a lot of holding, a lot of movement.
Well, look, Broner's been taking. Look, he took some shots in the Pacquiao fight. He took a beating in the Maidana fight, and he's yet to recover from that beating. And I thought he lost his last fight. Okay. So, you know, now I don't. Now, me personally, I don't think it's a legitimate mental health illness. Like, he's not schizophrenic. Okay, like that's like legitimate mental health illness in my mind. You know, I think the problem is just him. I think the problem is he just has a weak constitution. I think he's insecure, unsure of himself, and just lacks the intestinal fortitude to get it all together and to stop. Just stop.
So you think HLD said fight doctor think AB is just walking around with all his mental faculties? I guess saying that some people aren't seeing him just looking like how you described it. You say you just think he's a underachiever, I guess.
No, I think Adrian Broner is an adult child.
An adult child. Go ahead.
I think he's a child in an adult's body, and unfortunately, there are a lot of adult children walking around. And look, just look at his behavior since day one. He has been acting like a child from the beginning. So I don't understand how him acting like a child towards the end is any surprise, and why everyone is buying this mental health issue nonsense. No. What the man is doing is childish. What he has been doing is childish. When he came into the game on some childish shit. And he has not changed. The man is an adult child. That's what he is. Right? So if he's mentally ill, then that's what they should call his mental illness. Adult child syndrome, because that's what the Negro is. Refuse to grow up. Right? He is emotionally a child. That's what he is.
I'll say this. I got Retro. He said, you can't investigate people's medical records like that. Those are protected. I mean that more of some kind of checks and balances, because the commission does conduct medical exams for these fighters. They test blood and urine, things like that is going on with these state commissions, right? They should probably do a test to make sure you're mentally fit. Just how they check to make sure, hey, your eyes are working, your fingers are working. We're gonna test your blood, make sure you ain't got drugs in your system, you ain't fighting with AIDS, things like that. Yeah, I think they can check to make sure this person has the mental capacity to get in that ring. Make sure they do have all their faculties, right? I don't think it's so far-fetched. What do you think? Do you get my point, Fight Doctor?
I get your point. Yeah.
Just how they check your eyes, check your blood and urine, shit. You need to go talk to the doc. You know what I'm saying? And get cleared to fight.
Right. So I know certain commissions. I can't speak for every commission, but I know the more significant commissions: New York, California, Las Vegas, Nevada. For big fights, at least, they subject fighters to intense battery of tests to make sure that all their facilities are in order. Case in point, you had a fight with recently. There was about a year ago. Was a fight with Evander Holyfield. He was supposed to fight MMA guy, and the fight was originally supposed to be in either Vegas or California, but there was a fear that Evander would not pass the health screening, so they had to move it to another state where the health screening wasn't as intrusive. So, I'm sure that Broner had to have passed whatever battery of tests. Because where was this fight supposed to be? New York, or was it supposed to be in Vegas?
I forgot, man. I don't think it's in New York. I can look it up though.
Yeah, but wherever the fight was supposed to be, this is considered a big fight. So I'm sure that Broner had to pass a battery of tests and physical tests. And one of them would be looking at his, they do brain scans and all that kind of stuff, and cognitive tests and all that kind of stuff. So he would have had to pass these tests in order to get a license, and damn sure in order to fight.
They're fighting in Hollywood, Florida.
Okay, so I don't know. Maybe the tests in Florida are not, as intrusive as in other places. But I know in Vegas, New York, California, if there's something wrong with you, they're not going to allow you to fight. They're not going to give you a license. So who knows?
Yeah. I see a lot of people put HIPAA laws. I get what y'all saying. I mean, like, far as you got to clear medical. You got to clear medical. Part of clearing medical, like Errol couldn't go in there and fight with that detached retina. That was a doctor. Yeah, it was a HIPAA law there, right? But you sign a release. Like, you want to fight, you got to do this medical exam, and we got to know certain things about you. Certain jobs, you just got to do certain things. Shit, I remember once that C-19 hit, it was jobs out there low-key violating what we would call HIPAA laws now. I need to know if you were sick. Do you got a cold or not? It was like, no, you got to tell us this. Did you test positive and all that stuff? So you had to tell your job certain things about you. Certain jobs, that's just part of the job. Like, even as a police officer, right? You got to clear a site before you go back to after firing a weapon and getting your gun back, right? Just certain jobs you should just have to clear a psychiatric evaluation. And I don't think that's asking a lot. And I think it's there to protect the fighter. That's not saying they're going to release that information. Like that HIPAA law stuff, that's we the fans shouldn't know, but your doctor should know certain things about you, and your employer should know certain things about you. You're going to be getting hit in the head. Yeah, I mean, you got them taking drug tests, you got them doing physicals, we testing for other things. I just think it would be it's my guy Matt. I just think it's there to help the fighter. It's not there to release that information to the public. What's good, Matt? Talk to me.
Hey, I just heard about the Broner. I just cut y'all on and heard about Broner. I heard you ask the question, do I think they treating Broner or do you think they treating Broner as mental illness or mental proclamation or whatever they doing? Garcia and both Garcia, Danny Garcia and Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, you getting low. You sound like you're talking like this at times. Speak up just a little bit.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
It's like
Is it
when you ask the question about
here you go. Are media members and fans handling Adrian Broner's mental health crisis the same as Ryan, Danny, Tyson Fury, and others? There you go.
Well, it just happened, so I guess you might have to give it a day or two. But just by listening to this show tonight and looking at the post, man, it's like they shitting on him, but giving the other two a pass. But I mean, Broner, everybody know he was a fool or whatever, or the way he act out or whatever. But you could say that about almost a whole generation of these ones coming up, whether it's boxing, entertainment, or real life. It's a lot of young men that can't handle adversity. It's like going back. Well, I know when I was coming up, man, like people say, like now y'all got bipolar. Man, our pops would have beat that shit out of you. It's either you going to act one way or act another way, right or wrong. But now it's a zillion excuses. It's everybody get a trophy. I mean, but that's a whole different generation than when I came up. I mean, shit, if you have adversity, man, you got to deal with it. I mean, shit, I got beat up. I done beat up somebody. I mean, I don't go out bother nobody, but I got, you just have to figure it out, and then I can't even imagine, and this ain't that long ago. It's like Joe Frazier or somebody like that, Marvin Hagler coming, I got mental illness, I'm dealing with mental problems. And I mean, that could be back in that day to a detriment, but he ain't the only one. But this generation, a lot of them never been taught as boys to everything ain't going to go your way, man. And I stand on that because you could see how it play out, So I mean, if something wrong with him, hopefully he get the help. But it's a whole bunch of dudes, not just him, that you just can't handle adversity. Dudes out here, little girls say they don't want him no more. Just like last week, the boy killed his kid. But that shit been happening a lot in the last 10 years, man. And it's sad. I mean, it's a whole lot of factors behind that. I mean, even though he got his pop in his life, but it's a lot, man. Growing up, it's a blessing to have a father or father figure to teach you that everything ain't going to go your way, man. And you gotta sometimes you gotta dig deep. And one last thing,
yes, sir.
I want to say, man, I wonder was could you tell whether he was close to the weight or not? Because maybe he was overweight and was looking for an out. I don't know. But I wonder,
we haven't seen the picture of him. He just put the post out. But let's say this: if you're not, I said this earlier. I probably said it early in the show tonight and early in when I talked about it in the daytime show earlier. If your mental health isn't up to par, you're not gonna make weight, because those are part of the I guess they say the affect of it, not effect, but the affect. I guess those are things that are you're gonna have low energy, low motivation, low drive. You're gonna have your appetite is not gonna be right. Your sleep is gonna be offset if you're having mental health. So both things could be true and both things could be connected: the weight loss and the mental health, and him pulling out the fight. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just sit back, but like I said, he been acting out for a while for that part, but that's not a shocker. But so far, it look like both the Garcia boys done got a pass. Everybody feeling sympathy and all that, but I mean, if you're gonna have sympathy for one, have sympathy for all. I mean, that's the way I look at it.
For sure.
But as far as his past behavior, I mean, it's been out there for the whole world to see. But so maybe that might lend to people not believing him or saying that he deserved it. Whether the Garcia boys, who knows? That's like a gray area. But like I said, by just happening, I'll just sit back. But man, these young kids, man, you got, especially a young male, man, you gotta teach them everything ain't gonna go your way, man. You gotta deal with it. You gotta teach them how to resolve shit without letting it, drive you to certain means or certain points, man.
For sure. Well, I appreciate you calling in, Matt.
All right, brother. Have a nice one.
Man, thanks for pulling up, man. Talk to me, Reg. What's up, my guy?
Oh man, glad everybody having this convo, man, on this mental health thing, man, and AB finally getting the damn help he needed. I know it comes at a bad time to where it leaves other questions like the excuses, the reason for pulling out, was he serious or not? But if he wasn't gonna give his all, it's best to pull up out of the fight. It's just wrong when you do it like you have these outbursts, you cuss out people, you think you're above for what they present you on. You too good for the online press conference and things like that. But it's like, no, they see exactly what's going on with this guy. Wasn't no need to put him inside a facility. They know damn well there's a possibility of him pulling out of this fight, so therefore they put it on camera. But AB's having to come with terms with things. A lot of what he led into his life has caused his detriment that he faces now. Everything that's eating at him. It's past, man.
You said they knew he was gonna pull out. They put something on camera. What you said they put on camera?
No. When he got the tripping about having to do his press conference on the camera, and he going back to sleep and all that kind of ill stuff. But he has done it for a long time. He's done all this stuff, from the cussing out Al Bernstein, Steve Farhood, Leonard Ellaby, Steven Espinoza, Al Heyman, Floyd Mayweather. You just see the signs of it, and you've been seeing it for a long time. Even when you watch the old news interview when he's a kid and talking about robbing, the old family videos of them fighting in the neighborhood. So it's just like a lot of dysfunction in the world of them. All these kids, different mothers, that mounted on him, the girl leaving him, the embarrassing of her, brushing people's hair. It's like he's a lot of this fame stuff, which is also an addiction that a lot of people can't control. Once you get a little taste of fame, continuing growing of fame, money to go along with it, people around you, their hands out, and you're just happy to please other people while you're dealing with your own battles. Yeah, it scars it for a little bit while you're out entertaining and stuff. And then when you go back into your own silent little hole, you face the deal with your damn demons, everything that's playing within your brain. And he's come to this point to where I bet it was hard to wake up to want to go in there and train. He been begging over that damn girl that had left him, I guess the last kid mother. And that could be weighing on the dude, along with a lot of other things, the doubts, people not believing in him. And that's the effect of fame. Well, you're once this dude who everybody came to see and spoke highly of, and you're just not that guy anymore. And that could be bothering. What you wanted, the goals you set out for yourselves, and you underachieved based on the obstacles that you put in place, along with the type of people you come around that's been around him. Like in that video where he drunk as fuck, and many people, man, no, he just out hanging out. He's a grown man. Ain't nothing wrong, man. Ain't nobody reaching. You see right through that shit. There's something going on with this dude. There's pain there. Motherfucker who get shit-faced and drunk, they're dealing with shit. You know how to get a good buzz, put the bottle away. You got to overdo it. You're hiding from some shit. Same thing as a person picks the pipe up. And it's sad that he's had all these people around that have allowed that. Maybe when AB's in this drunken stupor, he's open to giving people shit. Oh man, AB, can I hold 10,000? Oh yeah, man, it's nothing to a boss. Here. Oh AB, man, can I? And they doing this shit. So it's just like a lacking of growth amongst the people he kept around him. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but that's part of having that manic too. When people go into those manic modes, it's not just always something bad where they just really depressed. Sometimes they go into those manic modes where they'll give away all their money.
Right.
It's a condition. When I was saying earlier, I saw Sister Lisa Bell. She was like, that he's being self-centered, thinking everybody's against you. No, that's part of the disorder too. Thinking everybody's against you. It's a paranoid type. I think it's called PPD. If I can look it up, but I think it's called PPD, where it's like it's a personality disorder where you're paranoid and you think the whole world is out to get you. Everybody's against you. Al Heyman's against you. Steven Espinosa's against. Showtime's against you. Everybody who's giving you nothing but opportunity is your worst enemy. You get what I'm saying? What do you say?
Right.
I was talking to Fight Doctor earlier. Fight Doctor, he's calling bullshit on the mental health. What's Fight Doctor? Can you repeat your synopsis for Reggie? I want him to reply to it, and then I want to get y'all take on this Texas shooting too. With the, with the football guys.
So in my mind, this mental health excuse is a dodge, right? Because now, if the question is, does he have a substance abuse problem? I'll be inclined to agree. But just because you have a substance abuse problem doesn't mean that you are crazy. You have a mental health issue, because there's a difference. There's a difference. Broner's problem is that he's an adult child. He's emotionally immature. And he's an attention whore. And now in 2022, he isn't getting the same attention that he was before the Maidana beating, right? When he was on top of the world. There's a difference. And so his brittle little fragile ego can't handle it anymore. He just can't, right? Because he's not getting the same attention that he was getting back then when he was on the up. Because now he's on the down, right? In fact, he's in the dumps now. But this is all his own doing. This is all his own doing. And above and beyond that, it's just an inability to accept reality. Now, if you want to call that mental illness, then I would agree. But I'd look at it as him being immature. Because all his problems, he created. He himself. Nobody else. Not Al Heyman, not Showtime, not Marcos Maidana. Don't get it twisted. Adrien Broner's problem stares back at him every time he looks in the mirror.
Right, Doctor, do you believe they can be connected, the alcohol and the mental health, or do you believe some people cope with mental health with alcohol, and they can be connected? No? Yes?
Yeah, sure. Anything is possible. I mean, I'm not a mental health professional or anything like that, but anything is sure. Do crazy people abuse drugs? Sure, of course they do. Yeah, I would tend to agree. I don't think that's the case here, but yeah, I wouldn't rule it out.
Go ahead, Red.
Yeah, no, I think is 1,000,000,000% all part of that mental health thing. Him being schizo, manic, all that stuff. And he's been exhibiting it. And for him to come up off this long hiatus and then think he was getting back in the ring, it wasn't going to happen. the issues are still there. Maybe he still wants to turn to the bottle when trying to deal with whatever episodes he's going through, to, you know, mask whatever he's dealing with, to cut the voices off. I mean, you see all these things, man. He ain't just doing this thing, cussing people out and flipping on people who have always been there for him. He's getting opportunities that many other fighters don't get. He was once upon a time one of the biggest names in the damn sport of boxing, and he ruined it on his own. And he began to go into flipping on people. Like, he's destroyed it, but there's a lot of underlying things that have destroyed it. I think his childhood is where it begins at. The family structure. His parents, he comes from a household where the parents got a bunch of kids. I remember in the video when he's a kid, him and his brother fighting, his dad talking about he got 8 other brothers. So he got to fight. They putting on showcases in the street. It's just like a dysfunction. You know, you want to teach the boys to fight, but you don't put them in environments where it's all effed up, screwed up. The environment look like shit. The kid talking about in interviews is a 8-year-old kid, and in his mindset, if he ain't boxing, he'd be out robbing people. Like, so it just shows you what kind of environment this kid comes from. The culture shaped around him. Anytime they be talking about something, he reference shit to being dope and shit, cooking up dope, turning back to the streets. Like, he comes from an effed up environment. A lot of these fighters have. AB ain't the first one. A lot of these fighters come from screwed up environments. A poor man's sport. I mean, these poor kids come from poverty. So it's the issues when a child ain't developed, like, come from a proper environment, and then when they get their own money, can't nobody tell them shit. It can become detrimental to them. They don't know how to deal with it.
All right, well, shit. Let me move on to this fight. Do you want to reply to that, or you want to go to this next story?
No, we wasted enough time talking about Broner and his life. Trust.
All right,
move on to something else.
All right. So the police are seeking where he turned himself in. His name is, how you say, Yaqub Salik Talib. He is the brother of former NFL player Aqib Talib. Also won a Super Bowl. They say allegedly, according to witnesses and the police report, he shot a coach during a youth football game. Wow. This happened, police said it happened just before 9 p.m. at the end of the game between the Dragon Elite Academy and North Dallas United at Lancaster Community Park on Jefferson Street. In the video obtained by TMZ, it appears there was a confrontation between some of North Dallas United coaches and the referees. That argument turned into a fight among the coaching staffs. Police said Talib pulled out a gun and opened fire, killing 43-year-old Dragons elite coach Mike Hickman. So he had it on him, like my boy from Whittier. I had it on him. Talib is the only suspect named by police. He is expected to face murder charges. In a statement on to Fox 4, his attorney Clark Bursell said, "My client looks forward to his day in court." No, you don't look forward to it. Nobody look forward to their day in court, but I get it. He said, "My client looked forward to his day in court to give his side of the story. He regrets the tragic loss of life." Witnesses tell people Aqib was also, his brother was also at the game when the shooting took place. Will it take the stand? What's going to happen here? Family and friends said the shooting happened in front of several children, including Hickman's 9-year-old son. He killed the man in front of his baby, allegedly. Kerry Lewis and Heath Mays were coaching alongside Hickman when they said the opposing parents and coaches. So, look, the assistant coaches saw it too. These guys gonna take the stand, yo. These ain't no this ain't no snitching stuff. This is a youth football game. Excuse me. We're supposed to be here to teach these kids to get off the streets, do something positive with their energy, play football, do something positive with their aggression. Let's play football. You got parents there, kids there. This is a scrimmage game, and you brought a gun there. First of all, you couldn't have shot him if you didn't have a gun on your hip, right? We get into some kind of disagreement over some calls of some kids, which leads to gun violence, and now a man has lost his life. Wow, Reggie, what's your reaction to this story, man? I'm sure
a goddamn idiot who should be going away for the rest of his damn life. Like you, and on top of that, you the coach, so you out there calling plays with heat on you. And it's like, what's the environment? Matter of fact, Brandon Washington was out there. And he the one was telling me about it yesterday, where his kid was playing out there before this, and he didn't feel comfortable with his child being out there, the type of language being used by other kids. He just knew it was a bunch of ghetto-fied bullshit. The energy in which, you know, the two different sides, you know, came at each other with. So it was just like, he's seen it, and then it wasn't until later he found out what was going down, was like, and he was just like, he wasn't surprised. And then to find out is what's his, how you say, Aqib Talib's brother.
Aqib Talib.
Yeah, I can't even still pronounce it, but his brother ended up being the one involved as a coach. So you on the sideline with these kids with a dang loaded damn gun and tripping off of some bad play calls. And this wasn't even a real game, it was a damn scrimmage game they talking about. But it just shows that the animosity was between the adults who come in with the street bullshit, and then it play out. So, and then it's like, when you listen to that video, he firing off multiple shots. There's kids standing all around this shit. But that's the problem when you deal with people, you know, who don't know how to calm situations down, cooler heads coming out there to diffuse the situation. It's just like, man, they done destroyed a lot. They done destroyed the family of that coach. They done destroyed these kids, and they done destroy their damn selves. Because there's gonna be other charges possibly come from this. But ultimately, what's his name, brother? And I think his brother a felon too, so he ain't even supposed to be with a damn gun. So he may be toast.
Darren Lincoln, no, not him. His brother. But him and his brother, they look a lot alike. Fight Doctor, this is the assailant right here. Charged for murder. I don't know how many kids there, but they're gonna charge him with child endangerment for probably every charge there, for every child there. I think they just went with the highest, which is murder, but shit, they'll load them charges up. 48 counts of child endangerment. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, yeah. I mean, let's say it's 20 kids there, 20 charges of child endangerment. Oh, he shot 3 times, 60 times. You know what I mean? 60 counts. Very like they could throw the book at this guy right here. His kids involved. You shot this man in front of his son at a child game. I ain't gonna say hundreds, but it'd be a lot of people at these games for these little kids, right? My G.
Hell yeah.
He killed the man in front of everybody on the field. You killed him on the field. Now, and that guy, unless that man had a gun on you, had a weapon on you, like, it's no excuse for that. Why do you even have a gun on you right then? I get it. My brother's a famous football player. People want to rob me probably. I got some chains on. I'm driving a nice car. I'm sure he's driving a very nice car, right? So maybe he thinks, hey, people might want to rob me. It's Texas. Man, you can't just have it on you at the Little League game like that, bro. And if so, you got to have more impulse control, right? Because you know you have the goddamn it on. You got the ultimate equalizer. You can't. I was talking to Brandon Washington about this earlier. I wish he was here for this topic. Conflict resolution. We don't have a good conflict resolution because he was sounding like your boy from Whittier. He was like, man, black folks, he was like, man, niggas, man, we need, like, and I was like, bro, this is people. You think the black folks, the only people that's don't kill somebody at a damn child game? Sure, you look it up. It's don't happen with white folks too. Not saying that's okay, but it's violence isn't nobody has, no race has a monopoly on violence. You feel what I'm saying, Fight Dr. Reggie? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, without question. So this is just a question of extreme stupidity. So like, we as Americans consider ourselves privileged, right? And when you turn on the news and you watch certain politicians, they talk about how great America is, and you know, there's this misconception that America is the greatest country in the world and the land of the free, home of the brave, this, that, and the other, and all that old nonsense. And then I'm not going to say I'm going to say some people in this country look down on other societies, like the people of Iran. But the thing about the Iranians is this. If you go to Iran and you walk out of the door and leave the door to your house unlocked, when you come home, all of your shit will be there. And when you are walking down the street, nobody will fuck with you. And you don't have to worry about getting shot. Because in that society, the crime rate is very, very low. 25% of all the people who are incarcerated in the world, 25% are incarcerated right here in the US. And yet we are supposed to be the greatest country on earth. Something wrong, people. There's something wrong, okay? There's something wrong. This country is the poster boy for ass backwards. And you don't believe me? January 6th, what was that? What was that? That was ass backwards. Right? Look, in a place like Iran, corrupt politicians, guess what happened to them? They fucking go to jail. Not in this country. Not in this country. This country is the only place on earth where you can go. The only place on earth where you can go and children are shot in school on a regular basis. That happens only in one country on earth, the United States. It does not happen anywhere else. Not Mexico, not Iran, not Saudi Arabia, not Afghanistan. Not in any of these places that we think the people are ass backwards. It only happens here. The question needs to be asked is why?
Yeah, no, this is a damn violent country, man. There's no sugarcoating that.
Y'all couldn't even hear me. Go ahead, Ray.
No, I was just saying this is a very violent country, but this ain't the only country that type of violence happens in. It happens elsewhere, but America is definitely at the top of the list of where you see that level of violence happens on a frequent, kind of a common place for it, but it happens in every other country. But America's definitely a leader.
Like that, Reg, though. What other country do they have? Look, every country got violence and drugs.
Yeah, you have had other countries where kids have been shot. You have had countries that have had overthrows. You have had countries that
talking about overthrow. He was talking about the mass shootings for them kids, Reg. That's what he was talking about. The mass.
Yeah. I mean, not to the level you see it in America, but you have had it. You've seen it happen in New Zealand. You have seen it happen in Middle Eastern countries, but they have harder laws on stuff. Usually you'll see it when certain militaries are taking over certain sects, but you don't see it to where it's played out all the time amongst the civilian population. Yeah, you're right, but there's level of ill violence that happens all over the place. You deal with other places that may have where rape is more of a commonplace and things. It's just that humans have a real fucked up nature of them. And America is a real fucked up place culturally. We adapt to a lot of the ill shit that we see played out in TV, the programming that we get. But I think mankind just the thing has to be addressed with the way in which people go about treating each other globally. Is the thing. We deal with Middle Eastern people or foreigners who come here. You see them behave in some of the most maniacal fucking ways. That ain't something they learned from being here. It's something they carried over here with them. So it's just people have fucked up ways. It's just man dominance over shit has to be addressed, especially negative ass people. Like ill-natured people have to be addressed. And it's just unfortunate so many people in the world act afraid of crazy people rather than addressing their asses.
But you don't know they're crazy sometimes. Like even with
I can spot a crazy motherfucker from sometimes.
That's you though, Red. You got a special gift. You know what I'm saying? But some people see Adrian Broner like, he nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. No, it's nothing wrong. He's just a rich dude who can beat up a lot of guys. Most guys on the street. He could probably beat them in a fist fight. That makes you walk around with a different type of arrogance. And I got more money than you. And I got my waves, and I fuck your bitch, Paulie. Like you get all of that with Adrian Broner. But with this guy right here, this is this some kind of mental thing going on here? Because you got to be a little Looney Tune, right? You just bringing the pistol, or is it just extreme paranoia Why do you think he needed that gun on him at the Little League game? Is it the car he's driving? Is it the jewelry he's wearing? Is it because his brother's a famous NFL player? Like, man, I don't want to get kidnapped, or because people will kidnap you if we know your brother's a NFL player, or she got a Super Bowl. Oh yeah, he got a couple dollars somewhere. Snatch his brother up.
It's a couple of things. So first, Texas is a unique place because one, everyone there is loaded, is armed to the teeth. Everyone carries in Texas. Everyone, right? I mean, most Texans, when you go to their house, they have an arsenal. Okay. Then the second thing is that this country has a love affair with the culture of violence, and it's everywhere. It's in the movies, it's in the small screen, and it's especially in the music, right? Video games, it's everywhere. Like America, this country, this civilization, it eats, it breathes violence.
But you should be able to go to a kid's football game. A kid's football game, man. Like how many parents you think gonna take their kids out of football now? Hell no.
Listen, I'm agreeing with you. You should be able to go to a kid's football game and not worry about having to get shot. Unfortunately, you live in an ass backwards civilization where now you have to worry about your child when they go to school, whether or not they're gonna come home. That's the society that you live in now. Ass backwards. Fela Kuti, he said it best when he said it.
Oh Lord!
Western civilization is built upon a foundation of ignorance, and it's true.
Say that again. Say it again.
Western civilization is built upon a foundation of ignorance, and that's what it is. It's crazy. Think about it. I mean, were we not paying attention to what was going on January 6th? And was that not crazy? That's the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. I'm 50 years old.
American fun. They just,
Look, I'm 50 years old, right? I'm 50 years old. That's the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like the craziest shit I ever saw, like witnessed.
It was having a blast too when it was happening, man. I remember seeing it. I saw it getting bigger, but I saw it. I want to say growing. I saw the size of the crowd forming massively until they just started taking off. I was like, yo, this shit getting a little out of hand, ain't it? They getting closer. Man, I went live that day, man. I never forget. I was like, yo, these motherfuckers are wilding out. Clips was the first one to say the word on the live that day. He said, Marq, this is an insurrection. This isn't just protesting. This isn't a riot. This is an insurrection. He called it for what it was back then. Instantly. But yeah. Oh, I got an updated mugshot too. This is the mugshot of him now. So I guess he's been in trouble before, and this is the mugshot they had on file. But this is the picture of him turning himself in. So yeah, I'm reading right here. I want to play a little bit of this witness statements because, like I was saying, Reg, let's say you was that parent that already didn't even want your kid playing football in the first place. You that dad was like, man, damn, how much they charging for the uniforms and shit? Damn, this shit getting a little spin. Like, damn, that nigga can't. Let's just keep him playing video games. Shit, at least he can do that at the house. Gas prices going up. You got to go to the games. They traveling out of town. Let's say you was a person already. Oh, it's dangerous. CTE. I just don't want my baby playing football. You worried about school shootings? We worried about school shootings, protecting our kids. Like, it's scary nowadays. The first day of school used to be so exciting. The kids crying and the parents crying because we just gonna miss each other today, or it's our first time being apart. No, now we crying because shit, I don't know if I'm gonna see you again. That's fucked up. It's crazy, right? But it's true in America, and the times that we living in. I'm gonna see if I can play a statement from one of the witnesses here. Let me see if I got that queued up. Let's see. Is that queued up?
Connect with Flex.
Not queued up. Let me see. Is it over here? But I saw this quote right here. It said, they were upset about losing. Dude came on the sideline and said he was going to punch the ref. So the ref called the game. So they were losing. Dude came on the sideline and said he was gonna punch the ref. So the refs called the game. You know what? This shit over. I'm not mad at the referee. No, you're not about to threaten me, and you're threatening me in front of your kids. Game over. Game over. We're gonna show you. This is how it works in real life. You get what I'm saying? Game over. You lost. Yes.
It's a lot of these ignorant ass parents that get involved in these youth programs. Like I said, you can't even take a kid to Chuck E. Cheese. I refuse to ever take my kids. Anybody having a party at Chuck E. Cheese, my kids ain't going to that shit. At least I ain't taking them. You always gonna deal with these loud, and I don't like loudmouth ass fucking people, especially people with kids, because they constantly starting shit. And then even with the sports programs, like you look at referees being attacked in basketball. I think not too long ago you had a dude had his young players attack a ref over a foul or some shit. You get parents in the stands. We had that shit when I was a kid. I played on this sorry ass team as a kid. We about to win our first game into some hot mouth ass parents, and they're talking shit, and they end our game. Like we seen it even through my youth, but not so much of where you got to deal with somebody pulling a gun out. Now you deal with the gun shit. Matter of fact, at a game not too long ago, some kids that got shot at and shit. Somebody shooting up at the game. It was just a real dangerous ass, hyper violent society. So people are so quick to pull out guns for anything. Nobody fights anymore for reasonable things. People fight over ignorant shit.
Okay, I'm gonna run this news clip. They said they got in the fight again. Let's see. We got the clip right here, and then we go to Brandon. Matter of fact, I'll play it after this. Brandon, you still there?
Pronounced dead at the hospital.
Okay, I'll play the clip then. I'll play the clip
Friends
first.
and family have identified the victim, the youth football coach, as Mike Hickman. And coaches, they became angry due to the final score of the game and started yelling at the referees. That's when a physical fight began. And police say a man from the opposing coaching staff, now identified by police as Yaqib Talib, fired a gun. Hickman was shot and later died at the hospital. Friends and family and fellow coaches.
They said Aqib, that ain't him, it's his brother. You heard that?
Right, Hickman, police as Yaqib Talib.
Right, all y'all niggas look alike.
Fired a gun.
He need to sue
Hickman
that.
was shot and later died at the hospital. Friends and family and fellow coaches of Hickman are left stunned.
Okay, here we go. This the
Not
clip.
that important, guys. It's not that serious. No one should come to a 9-year-old's game and be fearful for their life or be fearful of my son might get shot while he's playing football. Like, come on, y'all. This has to stop.
Brandon Washington.
Again, police are still looking.
Oh no, they got him now. Brandon Washington, talk to me. You still want your kid playing football or no? No, I ain't trying to be funny. No, right before you call, I just said that. I was like, let's say you're a parent already didn't even want your kid playing football. I remember you said you didn't want your kid playing.
I didn't. I mean, that's something that he chose. I mean, because I went through that with my stepson. He's Marine. Let me see how old he is. There's a quarantine. So my son's 13. So I'm 12. So I've been through this already. And then I was out there, like I said, I was on the exact field. They were setting up right when we left because they was the next team to play. Aqib and the other dude got killed. So I was right there with all of them. Like I told you, I spoke to Aqib. I didn't see his brother. I didn't see his brother last week when we was in DeSoto either. I didn't see him. But I seen Aqib. I seen him twice. I seen him last week and I seen him this week. But the atmosphere out there was just right for this to happen. It was basically, this was unregulated, basically. They had all the teams from fucking Oak Cliff and South Dallas and everywhere, all at this field. So, and then, like I said, it's not a league that's, it's really regulated. It's not Pop Warner. It's not select, so it's kind of off-brand league that where you can get more teams into it. I forget the name of the league. But it's just not regulated. It was wide open. And I'm going to tell you something else. Right where that happened, outside the gate, it was a police officer sitting in his car. They just was too lazy to get out and walk around because it was hot. But it was a police presence there. It didn't matter.
The police said it ain't Pop Warner, nigga. I don't give a damn. Shit, it's popping something though. Goddamn, they were popping something. It's the shooters league. That's what it is. Shit.
But yeah, when I was out there, bro, when I'm out there, I'm looking at people and dispositions, and you could just tell it was hot. It was tempers flaring. And then not only that, the refs always catch it the most. They always catch it for a holding call that didn't nobody. And it's like, this is a fucking child's game. Let's let the children play, enjoy themselves, and that's it. Like when my son last week, he was like, the refs teased us. I was like, no, y'all just got beat. No, we're not gonna make excuses for why y'all didn't perform. Y'all just got beat, but it's okay. Did you enjoy yourself? Yeah, I enjoyed myself. Okay, well then that's what it's about. You learn, enjoy yourself, and have fun. I don't give a shit if you win or not. Winning, I mean, I don't care. And I'll tell you this, I believe this is in Sweden or Switzerland, they don't even keep score at that age. They just want everybody to participate in sports, and they don't have high obesity for children. They don't have all these ills that befall our children because they figured out a way for them to compete without keeping score. Everybody has to be a part of sport. And you learn something. So we too fucking competitive. This is our whole world. Oh, we gotta win. They should get us out of the game. Dude, that was a scrimmage. Everybody that was playing scrimmages. That was not a real game. I think the league starts not this weekend, but next weekend. So
your son still playing?
That man.
I'm serious. That ain't even funny, nigga. That's a serious question, brother.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know.
See, you laugh, make people think I'm trolling you. Like I'm dead serious, and that's a good question, right?
Yeah, like people, like he asked me, like I asked him this morning before he went to school. Hey, did you see what happened? Yeah, we talked about discussion, but I didn't ask him the key question. Do you still want to play? I know him because he didn't see it.
Yeah, so kids don't have no fear neither.
Right. So to him, I'm just watching his disposition. He blew it off. Yeah, I heard what happened, and just kept going on about his day. So I didn't want to bother him, especially because they do his first day. But we're gonna have a discussion. Like, hey man, you like I don't want to scare him either. Bring something to he's not there.
Man, why not play football on the video game? I'm gonna get you the new Madden on the PS5. Play football right here in the living room.
Yeah. So I don't know, Mark, but yeah, this weekend I'm gonna have to go Saturday, and we probably gonna all be. If not this Saturday, we'll all be out there next Saturday again. And I'm gonna tell you, in about 2 weeks they're gonna act like this didn't happen. People gonna carry on as normal. That man lost his life.
Wow, they're gonna be playing on that same field.
Same field where his blood is still probably sucked in the grass. I mean, people just don't. It's because remember,
walking
this
over.
has become the new norm.
Yeah.
We have mass in America damn near every day.
Yeah.
And Americans become so sensitized to where the country should stop. It used to stop when we had mass shootings for days. Like everybody was on the scene. The president used to either fly to the scene, give a statement, and now all the mass shooting over here. 3 people got killed. Somebody got ran over. They were they were at Six Flags in Illinois and got shot right outside the Chicago. Nobody knows how. I mean, it's this the violence and the way that this society in America, the way that we growing up in this. My child is growing up in this society. I feel bad. I grew up in the 90s. I grew up in the drug era, and it was real. It was tough. It was crime, but it wasn't. I don't remember this senseless violence like this, where if you go into the grocery store, you just be killed, or you at a football game, you just be killed, or you driving home and somebody shoots you for road rage because you honked your horn at them because they was getting over into your lane. Like the way that this society has become so aggressive, and so I mean, we just ready to hit each other. We don't want to talk to resolution. We don't want to talk. I don't want to say, hey man, you wrong me, I wrong you, and then have to use my mind and my intellect to work through this problem. I just want to shoot you and blow your fucking brains out and get it done with it, because that's the American way, right? We didn't get to see these people on trial. Why didn't we get to see Usyk on trial? Y'all heard it. Handcuffed to the ass, throw his ass in the helicopter, put him on trial, and let's see what he did. But we don't get that. Blow his brains out, the job is done, is easier. So that's the way that America protects us and handle these problems and trickle down to us. We handle our problems like that. Everything is violent. I'll hit you in your face. I'll shoot you. I'll stab you. I'll do this. But when it comes to sitting down at a table and say, okay, well, what is your problem with me, and how do we handle it without violence? We can't do that. That blows our mind. We call that weak. He's afraid of me because he wants to talk through the problem. He want to fight me like a real man. Come on, man. It's sad, and we need to grow up as a people, and we need to practice, like I always say. We need to be the change we want to see. So when we have conflicts, we need to teach that, no, the first thing is not violence. Is there any other way outside of violence? America uses that as a tool. It's called diplomatic relations first. But peace, bro, I'm out.
All right, shout out to my guy Brandon Washington, man. I'm gonna see you on members on it, bro.
For the ranch.
No, you good. You good.
Yes,
Go ahead, Deuce.
What up, Floyd?
For sure. Go ahead, Deuce.
Well, hey, man, y'all covered a lot of topics, bro. Some things were good. Some things were mad crazy. Like, this dude said that other countries don't have the violence that America does. Is he aware it was
school shootings? He's talking about school shootings.
What about school bombing? The church bombing? You know what I mean? We don't have that here. Man, you guys really don't take America for granted.
Actually, yeah, we do. We do have church bombings here quite frequently.
The church bombing? When was the last one?
Not even a year ago.
A bombing?
Yes.
Okay, I missed that news for sure. Drop that link, please. So, you know what I mean? You can't take this country for granted, bro. But that's not what I want to talk about. Like, one thing I learned about here, like, my last couple of years on these YouTube streams and everything, from my dude B-Dub, Brandon Washington, he always say, bro, as black people, we got to start treating each other better. I applied that to my normal life. Instead of just being like so standoffish with people, whatever, I started greeting people more. Hey, what's up, homie? What's happening? What's up, relative? How you doing? You know what I mean? Start trying to be more positive with people on the streets. Start pushing more positive energy out there. This AAU circuit, Pop Warner circuit, bro, is all ran by a bunch of dudes who never played football, parents who never had other kids in football, never played sports themselves. All they know is what's on the video game. So these people are so uneducated about how things really are in between the lines. They ride these referees, like Reggie was saying the other day. Man, you see video every day about a referee getting jumped at a basketball game, all kind of shit. Like, all that. We got to start treating each other better as people. You know what I mean? If January 6th wasn't an insurrection, they let the doors open for those people so they can try to make sure Trump never runs for president again. That was also
making excuses for them fucking rednecks.
Hey, it starts. Hey, okay. So it starts and ends with this. On January 3rd, Trump asked for the National Guard to be there. He was denied by Muriel Bowser and Nancy Pelosi. Why was he denied the National Guard?
Mike,
that's where it starts and ends.
False. They cannot. That shit is false as hell.
Bro, they had 3 people testify to that shit.
Bro, that they've spoken of Trump denying that shit.
Okay.
Stop defending man. You just spoke all this good shit. You just spoke all this good shit to get on here and defend this white bitch named Donald Trump.
I'm not defending that shit, but I'm not gonna be brainwashed by these motherfuckers.
And you defending the piece of shit.
If he was going to prison, he would have been in jail.
How much wrong this nigga got to do before you wake up? Biden can not shake somebody's hand, and you niggas be on his ass.
Yeah, right.
He shook his hand. He already shook his hand, and he went to go shake it again. Oh, see, he don't need to be president. But Trump can do all this other fucking maniacal shit, and y'all make up every excuse for this piece of shit.
Y'all
Trump
make
ain't
up
no
excuses.
president. He ain't nothing but a piece of fucking foreign shit that his fucking father, scumbag ass, created. Trump been a bitch. Y'all sitting here
That
defending
all
that.
that might be true, but still not gonna let the media tell me that this motherfucker did start that shit when they let those people in there on purpose. Structured by the FBI, which is all through that fucking insurrection. All those fools were pointed out and fucking fingered to be in the FBI. There ain't nobody talking about, ain't nobody bringing the January 6th congressional hearings and none of that shit. So don't tell me that, oh, Trump. These motherfuckers playing this word.
Bro, what are you talking about?
Bro, they ain't brought Ray Epstein once. They haven't even questioned the motherfucker, bro. And they got all kind of takes about this motherfucker trying to put people into the insurrection, trying to gather up motherfuckers. Somehow we going in, we got this, and this motherfucker FBI. And they got him on tape doing that shit the day before and during. And they ain't brought his ass in once. Don't tell me that shit, nigga. This is a fucking swerve. While these niggas sending all this motherfucking money to Ukraine and all this other shit they trying to gear up for, and you talking about Trump. Give me a fucking break. Fuck Trump and the motherfucking Democrats. These niggas trying to swerve us, homie. Fuck that shit.
Well, if it's fuck Trump, then make it fuck Trump. Trump a piece of shit. He created a lot of this fuck shit going on in this country.
No, they created that shit with social engineering. They created that shit. All right, for sure.
A delusional scumbag trying to protect himself because he's a fucking criminal.
Listen, Trump is certainly pushing a certain narrative, and he's aggravating certain issues. But some of these issues have existed long before Trump came around. The issue of race, long before Trump. The issue of white supremacy, long before Trump. The issue of voting rights, long before Trump. The issue of income inequality, the issue of women's rights, all that shit was long before Trump came on the scene.
I want to say this to dudes. Certain things, though, we just gotta give people credit for not making good decisions too, dudes. Like he did not have to do a rally telling people they stole the election in Washington, D.C. within walking distance from where they are certifying the election.
Bro, they just did a rally 2 weeks before that in the same damn place.
That's not 2 weeks before. That's even better. Why are you doing that again? 2 weeks before, someone called that doing.
It wasn't his rally. It was their rally, and they called him there, bro. It wasn't his fucking rally. He didn't call a rally.
Dudes, the day that day he did that rally was the day they were certifying the election, dudes.
Bro, he didn't call the rally. They called the rally.
Dudes, he spoke there though, right?
Yeah, they called him up there.
He's the president.
So he's listening to motherfuckers calling him up.
Bro, it's a rally for him. He could have said no. He could have
said no, but he didn't.
He said, let's do it in Arizona.
But he also said, let's get the National Guard up here, and they told him no.
You don't do that. Tell people, hey, down the block, they're down there trying to steal the election from you. They stop the steal. Stop. They telling people to go stop the steal. Let's go take back our country. Dude, no. You don't think that was a good decision? You don't think that was a bad decision?
It wasn't my decision to make.
No.
I know that.
Stop making excuses.
I'm not making excuses for them, but I know that what they did was pull a swerve.
Sir, I'm gonna just ask you again, open direct, because you spoke on other things that wasn't your decision. Dudes, do you throw a rally within walking distance on the day they certifying your election? You throw a rally telling people they still in the election right down there, and now people are just going walk. Dudes, do that in Arizona. Do that in Texas. Do it anywhere, but you don't do it a couple blocks away from where they're about to certify the election. You don't.
And it's supposed to be the most secure place on earth. One lady tried to drive down the damn street and they smoked her ass. And all of a sudden, there's no security here at the Capitol building. All of a sudden, can't nobody stop nobody from doing nothing. The police is waving people in. Don't run that shit to me, dog.
No, sir. Nobody asked that. I'm asking you an open direct.
Okay, no, it wasn't okay for him to do that shit. When I did it, hell yeah, I'm rallying my troops. That's what we doing. Okay.
So you are
right or wrong. Right or wrong. Right or wrong.
American voters, sir.
Okay, so try to have an insurrection at a goddamn casino and see what happens. Try to have
if
the
you gonna
insurrection.
catch a motherfucker off guard, you gonna catch him
Off guard, bro.
They
They knew about this shit. How's it
They
off
know
guard?
about that shit, bro.
Okay, man. How the fucking 100,000 people, FBI, all kind of police officers know about this shit, and nobody else knew about the shit. Nobody else knew, but all these people that got caught up in that shit, cops, FBI agents, all kind of firemen, lawyers, every fucking thing, senators, all kind of people know about this shit, but they didn't know about the shit. Man, what the fuck? Yeah, right.
Listen, people do covert shit. That's why they find so many cops on these back channels who end up fucking their career off, being fucking radicalized with hate. And then when they get caught, they end up being fucking ruined for the rest of their lives because they let a little hate ruin them. And Brandon Washington, he ain't correct. It just fits your narrative of always thinking some white piece of shit is powerful. You need to break yourself up out of that bullshit. But the fact that many people have gone into careers and have come in here with this bullshit to infiltrate systems. There's been a thing with the Klan. This has been the problem in this country of why you have to rid a nation of that shit. Who the fuck is Donald Trump to act like because he didn't win an election that he think he's supposed to, that now all of a sudden they taking something from the American people? Who the fuck is Trump? What's so special about Trump that he thinks
somebody thought he was special? Somebody thought he was special. These motherfuckers were laid on the line.
The elections didn't think he was special.
Don't run that election shit to me, man.
Listen, it is elections. Half of these motherfuckers in this country, these people loving Trump have expressed so much homosexuality, and everybody sit on here and talk about the agenda of gay shit, and they don't see this shit with people willing to put their lives on the line for fucking Trump. That's the most homo shit any motherfuckers ever seen. Y'all can't say shit about gay people, and you see these motherfuckers want to break in the FBI office, get your head blown off, run up to the state capitol, shoot in the air, get your head blown off, rush into the Capitol building because he said go down the street, get your head blow off, and that motherfucker ain't show up to one funeral.
Say the same thing about us. People say the same thing about us. Why would you run into? Why would you put your life on the line for a color? Why would you put your life on the line for somebody you don't even know? They just say the same shit about us.
That shit weird too.
Hey, so people do shit for their own reasons, bro. I'm not no big ass Trump fan. I got red hats, but they ain't MAGAs.
But
you know
but listen,
I mean?
Cuzzo, the difference between that blood and Crip shit is that a lot of us been raised around that shit and into it. These motherfuckers woke up one day and seen Donald Trump from off a TV show and became part of
the game.
Saying the shit they like to hear.
And this ain't like these are young teens who've been brought into it when you bring the gang shit. These are grown 30 and 40-year-old fucking idiots.
Who do you think the people out there in the rallies are?
Grown idiots. You heard them. Grown idiots.
Yeah, they was teens too. They're teens and all that shit out there too. What they call themselves, Chads? You see all that shit all the way out there. Don't tell me that shit, man. These motherfuckers running the swerve on people, bro, to distract you from what's really going on. Right, taking away our rights and trying to put us in the poorhouse.
What rights?
Yeah, what rights?
Right to bear arms, right to own shit.
I've been hearing that shit since I've been a little kid. And
right to own shit.
And buy guns.
Right to what kind of car you can drive. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's going down.
Are you delusional, dude? Where the fuck you getting this shit from, Cuzzo?
What right? What law is that? Like, I'm just saying, what right is the car you can drive, and where is that law on the? I haven't seen that. Where is that bill at? When is and who introduced that bill, dude? Since we on this geopolitics, let's get.
In California, bro, they trying to do away with gasoline cars by 2030.
What's wrong with that?
What the fuck you mean? What's wrong with that? When they control when you gotta charge your car up, when they control your car, when they got a chip, if you don't agree with the government, they turn your car off. What about that?
So let's get into some intellectual talk.
Turn your lights and water off, right? By that logic.
Yeah, that's where it's going. That's where it's going.
Dude.
But you see, listen, Cuzzo, this is why I'm like, with black folks, we gotta elevate our talk. We see what's going on in California. We see what's going on around this fucking world. The climate is changing. We in mega droughts in California. We're altering the fucking the way in which this planet is taking care of itself. There are droughts and all sorts of shit, pollution in the air, destroying, killing people. So of course they need to change the shit. The burning of these combustible fuels is fucking shit over. As much as people don't want to accept it, we come from LA. Back before the EPA came about, LA was a place where you can barely see through the damn sky. And within a short amount of time, they have changed that shit and constantly trying to revolutionize it. It's just a car. Car is meant to fucking get you from point A to point B. They making cool looking cars, but you got time. It is to change the world. People get solar panels on top of their homes. That's changing their footprint and also helping them to save money. You gotta let technology take over, dude, to make shit better. Like people see changes and turn into conspiracy shit. And they buying it from white folks.
Oh no, bro. We
Crazy.
see these Teslas stay catching on fire. Stay can't get your Tesla fixed. Stay gotta wait 6 months for a fucking chip. Man.
Combustible cars, you gotta wait for chips too.
Excuse me?
It don't have to be just Teslas, right? Everybody don't have to have a Tesla, right?
Well, how many companies is manufacturing electric cars that you know of?
It's more than Tesla though, but
that's the only one I'm aware of, bro.
It's more than Tesla that got electric cars, bro. I pass by them little charger pumps and everybody ain't got no Tesla, bro. Yeah, definitely. It's other companies.
Because you can't keep running with this anger shit, man. You gotta break out of that shit. Gotta break away from these.
I have awakening. I'm aware.
Okay.
It ain't making you aware. It's making you fucking panicky.
What are you doing about
it? Getting panicky over nothing.
What you mean what I'm doing?
And listen. You remember when niggas used to talk about they shutting down Walmarts to turn them into little prison cells for people? And none of that shit came true. They see trains being with military equipment. They coming to get us. Man, that's the fucking military railheading motherfucking shit. Like everybody got these fear tactics to spew out in fucking society and don't know what the hell they talking about.
Well, they in my program, bro. I know what I see.
So what
I can see them. I see them preparing me and my family to make sure we're safe and we're strong and we're a unit.
How?
What?
What
do you mean how? What do you mean how?
How? Tell me, how are you doing it? What should we be doing?
Preparing yourself, knowing how to grow.
How? Okay, there we go.
Preparing what? From what?
For whatever comes down the pipe.
So knowing how to grow, I'm listening. Go ahead. So knowing how to grow what fruits.
Providing your family the information, self-sufficiency.
Where do you get the seeds from? What seeds?
What?
What seeds are you using? Where do you get the seeds from to grow? Like the water? Are you because that's important, right? Climate change.
Yeah, we have a plant shop out here that I grow for a hydroponic shop.
Okay, dope. So besides growing fruits and vegetables, how do you prepare your family? Like, you got a bunker? Like, if nuclear war hits tomorrow, like, what happens then?
I don't have a bunker. I'm not prepared for a nuclear war.
What are you prepared for?
I'm prepared for a hostile takeover, a knock off the grid, all kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
They say gasoline cars are illegal now in California. Do you move? Are you're gonna have to find you a new place with land to grow your vegetables? Or you're gonna just, hey, I gotta drive an electric car then, or I'm gonna ride a bike. Like, what are you gonna do?
I don't want to drive an electric car.
What are you gonna do?
What?
I guess we'll cross that road when we come to it.
No,
maybe I maintain.
Cuzzo.
I don't want one. I don't want to be controlled by anybody, bro.
It's not a control, homie. It is about making adjustment to society. You can't be dependable on gas like that. You use the technology to pull dependence away from shit. This is why everything's so inflated. This is why everything's so controlled. Like, come on, man. We gotta be brighter and smarter. And that's what has failed America, because motherfuckers ain't got brighter and smarter. Like, we fucking have retracted like a motherfucker in this society.
Well, I just know everything they told me was a lie, so I'm not gonna believe them.
No, we've been fed lies, even from our
own. We've been fed lies. The narrative, every narrative they ever came out with has always been a lie. So we're supposed to believe them now, especially with COVID. C19, excuse me.
Oh, Dr. Trump said COVID was false.
No. What about what the CDC just said yesterday?
What they say?
Forget all the shit y'all was doing. If you get sick, take care of
They
yourself.
didn't say none of that shit, bro. They coming out with vaccines for other shit found in
Okay,
water.
so
He paraphrasing, but yeah, Reggie, they kind of said something similar to that. They was like, they said the quarantine, they changed the quarantine guidelines. You know how they used to say 2 weeks isolation.
Trump didn't tell me none of that shit.
Of course they're gonna change when half the damn society is vaccinated. Pull this shit up. Let's look through it. Let's be smart.
But that's what they said, Reggie. They said,
of course they're gonna say it. Pull it up. Let's be intelligent. Let's not just hear little headlines and start running with dumb shit like we typically
That's
do.
what they said, nigga. You don't gotta read line for line.
There's a reason why it was said. They
you
said it was a
pull it up,
mistake.
nigga. It's all over the place, bro.
Pull it up. Pull it up, please. Let me go get it too.
I'm pulling it up. CDC quarantine. All right. Isolation and precautions for people with C-19. This is available as of August 11th. And they have different ones. If you weren't exposed, click here. And they have different precautions you should start taking. The information is intended for its general audience. Healthcare professionals should see ending isolations. So they have different precautions for healthcare professionals. It goes, I'm gonna share my screen. They won't get me in trouble for this. Let me see. But we here now. Boom. So if you were exposed, they have these right here, but they did change. If you had no symptoms, zero. Day zero is the day you were tested, not for the day you received your positive test. But basically, here's the isolation. What exactly were you looking to prove or disprove, Deuce or Red? Here you go. I got it on the screen though.
There's nothing to prove. Of course they're gonna change guidelines as half society is vaccinated. They ain't
Bro,
to
half
say
society
they were
ain't
wrong.
fucking vaccinated, homie.
Yeah, right, bro. They have put out over fucking
okay.
100 million fucking vaccines. They got children.
100 million fucking vaccine cards, bro. They're catching people with fake vaccines by the dozen.
Seniors that are vaccinated, bro. Let's pull up facts and stop pulling out Trump.
Yeah, so you believe all the numbers they tell you, huh?
Says
after all the time they've been lying about shit.
This ain't about just making shit up. You collect data. Everything in this society is data related. You go to the fucking store, you put your goddamn reward card number is data mining. Everything's a collection of data. You type on a website, they collect that shit. This is number-based society you live in.
Matter of fact, that's an infringe on people's rights. That's why the Patriot Act needs to be rescinded. You shouldn't be able to collect data on people based on their shopping history. That's a violation of the First Amendment. That's a violation.
You ain't got to put in your damn information, neither.
No, but what I'm saying is, even if you don't put your they have created algorithms that capture your information anyway. Even if you go to certain websites, some of them add, some of them don't. Some of these people sell your information to third-party vendors. That's wrong. All of that shit shouldn't happen. We shouldn't live in a society like that we're constantly watched, that we're scrutinized, that all of our telephone conversations are being recorded. Everything that we do is being watched. Every keystroke we hit on our computer is being recorded. There's something wrong with that. That the American government is spying on their society. They're spying on their citizens. The FBI is not meant for that. The CIA is not even supposed to be doing work on the domestic shores, but they still do.
Brandon.
So it's a lot wrong with
America has domestic terrorists, bro.
That's what I was just about to say. The FBI.
So can I chime in on that real quick?
If we see you buying certain things, okay, you're probably making a bomb, homie. Yeah. Go ahead.
They ain't gonna stop you if you do, unless you black.
No, they can trace and find out who the bomber was based off the shopping habits and what they were doing.
Yeah, after the fact. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but sometimes they can catch it, and sometimes they have. It's a whole TV show about how they, bro. It's a whole TV show. Like, I don't even know how many seasons it is. It's on Netflix, and I think it's on Netflix or Hulu, but it's called Close Encounters, and it's about all the times the FBI caught the person before the bomb went off, or caught them because of certain things.
Is it a show to talk about how the FBI incite all of this? They incited for that.
Thank you, Brandon.
No, they didn't. No, Brandon. That's a whole. You just moved the goalposts about. No, sir. You just. But sir, you moved the goalposts.
Can I chime in on this real quick?
Go ahead, Fight Doctor, real quick.
So now, listen.
Brandon, you on members only, man. You can cook on members only. Go ahead. Let the fight doctor say what he got to say.
So listen, America has had domestic terrorism since its founding. Okay, so we all remember the institution of slavery, right? Well, the mental aspect of that was domestic terrorism, because that is what was used to keep the slaves in line. Okay, terrorism, and America has had terrorist organizations since the 1800s, even before. The Ku Klux Klan. The Klan is a terrorist organization. Now, it's not considered as such, but it should be. It functions as one, right? Always has. Okay. Now, listen. I find this very ironic that the so-called conservative right in this country, the extreme right in this country, has finally figured out what we black people have been saying for years and years and years, which is law enforcement in this country is a joke. And that includes the FBI. Okay? You had the FBI essentially assisted, or at the very least was complicit in the assassinations of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Okay? The FBI collecting information on Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and other black leaders, Black Panthers, and others. Okay? Probably had a hand in the assassination of Fred Hampton. Okay? The J. Edgar Hoover kept a file on black nationalist organizations. Okay. Now, in my mind, the FBI is a domestic terrorist organization based on what they did to black organizations in the 60s and the 50s. Okay. The so-called extreme right in this country has finally figured out what we've always known. And to me, it's funny. It's ironic because this is what we've been saying. And now, when it happens to one of their own, when the FBI is turned loose on one of their own, okay, now all of a sudden, they get their nigga moment. They get their nigga experience. Okay, y'all some niggas too, which is what's happening. So now they finally figure out what we've been saying forever in this country. All right, so this whole white supremacist deal.
Facts.
And
Facts,
this
fight
shit
doctor. Fight doctor.
Right. And this shit that Donald Trump did, no, this has been around long before Donald Trump. Donald Trump is just the latest spokesman for white supremacy and what's been going on. He's the latest spokesman, but it ain't nothing new. It's been going on for years. And with that, I'm out. I catch y'all on the next one.
Appreciate you, fight doctor. Go ahead, Reg, give me your final thoughts, and then we're gonna close this one out. Deuce, hang out. I'm gonna see you on members only. Go ahead, Reg. Give me your final thoughts, big dog.
Yeah, man. This Donald Trump shit, the government covered that to y'all. Y'all got to stop that delusion. Stop the fear. If they going to come after you, they're going to come at you. And then you're going to deal with it. They ain't got to surprise you. They ain't got to pull no tricks on you. They can be deliberate if that was the damn case. So relax. Watch what's around you. Deal with it when you need to deal with it. But don't buy any conspiracy fear tactics that you're only scaring yourself with. Biggest threat in that type of thought is what's under that skull. So don't implant it with fear. But that's all I got on that.
Salute. Shout out my guy Reggie. Go ahead, Deuce. Give me your final thoughts, bro.
So when I speak on things that are not known to everybody or everybody don't believe, it could be a conspiracy or it could be fear mongering you. But to me, it's called also being aware of what's going on. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. They can't surprise you if you know what's coming up. That's my whole point of saying things. So niggas think a nigga scared or whatever. But, you know what I mean? I am aware of what's going on. And when I hear people speak certain asinine things, like January 6th was an insurrection when they let this shit happen, it just makes me feel like, damn, what planet are you living on? But, you know what I mean? Good shit. Thanks for your time.
Go ahead, Brandon. What you say, Brandon?
I just want to tell Deuce to come to the members only so we can finish that up. I want to finish these subjects up. I'm probably power back in.
Yeah, absolutely.
But great subject once again, Mark. Once again, politics is a subject on your channel that's hot, especially when you got certain people. So I enjoy it. And I think we learn. I just don't want us to be closed-minded. And we, everything that Fight Doctor said was the truth. Outside of that, great show, man.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean those people. I get it, but he was talking about the 60s too. Some of those same people aren't in power. Some of the people you talk about in power in the FBI are black folks. Some of them are married to black folks. It's some white folks married to black folks. That's not J. Edgar Hoover's Justice Department, bro.
Yeah, it's the same. They just released a study about a couple years ago saying that the biggest threat to is law enforcement, the FBI, and local law enforcement being infiltrated by white supremacists. So it's the same.
No. That's totally opposite of what I was just saying. As in, like, the FBI is the people who doing that to you. The FBI is the one who did that study that told you, hey, the Klan has infiltrated local law enforcement and police and local legislation all over the country. They put out that report, right? But that's not J. That's not J. Edgar Hoover's. Yeah, man, we going too long, Brandon. Just pull right back up. Like I said, let's pull right back up.
Yeah, you right.
Yeah, let's pull right back up. I already got to start in 5 minutes. 4 minutes actually. Starting in 4 minutes. All right. Dude, what I'll tell you too is I got a link in the chat, the private chat. You said you didn't know about the bombings. It was a bombing in 2021. As we were saying, it was bombing last year, and it was in California. It was a church they bombed because some people didn't like their extreme. It was called First Works Baptist Church in El Monte. You know what El Monte is in California?
Yeah, I know where that's at.
Yeah, they bombed the church out there last year. So it's still bombed. We still had church bombings here. That was
so I gotta peep that out because that didn't make pretty much news. I don't know about that. I know I see you put, but I'm on my phone, bro. So I went through that.
Yeah, look at it. Church bombing. So yeah, they still bombing churches over here. But mainly though, like I said, that whole point was school shootings in America is like something that like we don't see that all over the country. I mean, all over the world, like here in America. But we'll talk about that more. You got anything you want to plug and promote before I let you go?
Nah, P, I'm with you. Yeah, y'all need to killing my battery, but I'm gonna get with you on the members only though for sure.
All right, you gotta have that phone on the charger, man. When you on the StreamYard, kill your battery. All right, my G, I'll see you the next one. All right, so this was a long show. I went a little over the time, damn near an hour. An hour and 15 minutes over the time. I was trying to keep it in 2 hours, but I really enjoyed the conversation, and I enjoyed the back and forth banter with the guests. So I appreciate your time, your energy. It's your man Marq Nash. Another great episode of Breaking Beats, where we break down business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, anything else you and I feel like talking about. You already know we about to start members only post game show. The members only post game show starts right now. If you don't know, you can click the join button. I got the link in the description. Also, right there by the super chat where you see subscribe. Where you see the subscribe button, it's a join button. Right now for the month, I believe I'm about to say Facebook. YouTube is giving you your first month half off, so you can watch the lives. We do those after every show. Also, I have on the second tier, I got some tips and tricks, and we do game night over there. You get early access to the videos. No, the third level is the one where you get the videos showing you how I do what I do with the banners and how I do phone lines and all these other things. So check us out. First month half off. So yeah, I appreciate your time, appreciate your energy. Go to marknash.com, marknash.com. You can get some of the merch. Got the What Can I Say shirt, the Breaking Beats t-shirt, the drinks require sleep, goals require effort. Yeah, we got the Marq Nash hoodie. Why would I get a Marq Nash hoodie? You buy Tommy Hilfiger, motherfucker. He ain't even like y'all niggas. All right, you can at least call me on the phone 3 times a week. You can't call Tommy Hilfiger. So yeah, and of course we got that Run and Tell Your YouTube Daddy shirt. So yeah, we're gonna have some fun with that. I'll see y'all on the next one. Members only starting now. Neighbors only is what we calling it. Neighbors only starting right now. I love y'all. Hope you love yourself. If not, God loves you. So does Marq Nash in the neighborhood. Look, sometimes we talk about these conversations, get a little hot, get a little heated. People be beefing, cussing, fussing. Always remember, homie.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
Y'all know when I play that Franklin Saint, drive, motherfucker.
This that squad sound.
Subscribe. I don't care how many subscribers he has. Support him. So he made all this possible. He made this possible.
Nah, Dr. Marq, God made this possible. God made it possible. And so did all the dope-ass members. The dope-ass members like my boy Matty Yoel, Deuce Times, Brandon Washington, Born Supreme, Karma Serene, Lisa Bells, that guy Eclipse 330, Ace Retro, Lady Shan Dundum Season, my boy Doug Rightside, Jake Legault, Rider of the Storm, Boxing Lounge, Tank the Sweet Signs Examiner, Pure Road, D Bevel the Champ, Rob G Films, and of course Derek Lincoln. That's who made it possible. See y'all in the members only right now.